Good morning. Happy Friday. I woke up at like 3:30 this morning and couldn't sleep. So about an hour ago I was like, "Damn, I could lay back down." And I was like, "No, I can't." You gonna do your live. Oh, you just got off work, Callie? Damn. Ugh, I hated working graveyards. Those killed me. So yeah, it's Friday and I'll do a couple hours maybe. I have Marv's coming home today with the new addition to the family, the Datsun pickup. So, and I want to finish organizing his stuff beforehand. I'm early, Platty. No worries, darling. So I figured I'd cut my live short so that I could get out there and get the rest of it organized. And I really wanted to sweep and mop my floor because after dealing with the garage, oh my goodness. It's amazing if you don't sweep your floor for a few days, how bad it can get. Okay, eyeballs, go ahead. Fucking knock yourself out. Hi, Mark. How are you? You need a wrench. Crazy hillbilly, what's up? Okay, give me just a second and I'll go through Hayes and then we will get on with the show. As soon as I figure out where the hell I'm at. There we go. Where is he? There. There you go, Mark. So, I'm sure you've heard the spiel before, but just in case. I give you a wrench so that you can network and go to other channels easier than, people happen to drop their links and all that shit. So, it just gives you an extra way to go to the channels and like and subscribe and all the YouTubey things. So yeah, not to time anybody out or any of that shit. I usually am the only one that does that unless you piss off my managing mods. And if you do that, boy, you're really in deep shit. It ain't afternoon. Cat over here trying to make me feel like I'm late. So Flatty got the boobies. And she also found the Easter egg. So I put her in on the wheel because I figured out how to do the wheel of names myself. I didn't need fools tell me what the name was again. You're welcome, Mark. You're reporting Eyeballs channel, okay, Bobby, for Turnabout's Fair Play, right? Actually, I'd seen Eyeballs over on MCS channel, and I think that's probably something that Eyeballs that's like their way of, there's those trollers that just go have fun and try to like stir shit and see if they can get a giggle or, make themselves giggle. I think kind of Eyeballs might be one of those. I'm not sure yet, but I have a feeling. And they're 4 subs. Oh, yeah. So anyways, Platty, you knew where the Easter egg was. And Mishka, how are you, darling? And Miss Shaz, she wasn't sure because it was 2 a.m. there right now. And Callie Ford, how are you, darling? She's just getting off work. Mr. Hairbag, what's up? And of course, Mr. Boccolino. And Mr. Crazy Hillbilly. And Mark. And Miss Cat. Am I missing anybody? Nope, I think we're doing good. I did not. 6 months, Flatty's been a member. Thank you, Flatty. We're gonna give her a little. We're gonna give her a little. Let's give her a little smile. Oh, you gotta give that spit on that name. Oh, you gotta give that spit on that name. You have a wonderful and blessed day as well, Kelly. And get some sleep. Jeez. I can't even imagine. There's no volume? Can you guys not hear me? Morning, Mouse. You turn up yours, Cat. I think it might be yours. Can y'all hear me? I can hear you. Okay, Cat. Cat, there's a button on the side of your phone. Push it up. Push it. Push it up. Push it good. Push it real good. See, Hairbag hears me. Mark hears me. Mouse hears me. She said, I can hear you. Cat, you just need to clean. I'm getting a bobby pin. I'm going to Cat's house to clean out her ears. Push it. Push it good. Right? Mouse knows. I'll bet Mouse uses bobby pins too. Oh, I guess I could drop the link. I didn't send out links because I was lazy. Here we go. What's going on today? Yeah, getting trolled left and right and center. I know. And it could be too because I sent it out on Twitter. So we may get some goofy ones coming in from Twitter. Who knows? I noticed with Twitter, I got to tell you, most of the people that follow me are chicks that look really hot, allegedly. So yeah, I always wonder about those ones. And most of them I don't go follow. I will follow them if they end up liking my stuff and seem like they're actually interested, then I will go follow them. As they say, you can't force someone to love you, but you can force them into the back of the van, and that's close enough, right, Bobby? Morning, Harvey. That was funny as fuck. That's right. That's close enough to love, right? This is so bad. Eyeballs. Seriously, there's no way I'm letting you up on my channel. I have no idea who you are. You came from MCF's channel. That part scares me, well, to start with. Sorry. But yeah, not happening. I feel like the first thing you're going to do is stand up and show it. No eyeballs for you. They were backstage, but I told them, yeah, no. They got the hint real quick. They left. So yeah, Marv comes home today with his party little pickup. I don't know if you all, I'm sure most of you seen it, but I can't wait. I'm really excited. Just mainly because I'm excited for him and to see him with it and, how he's gonna act with it, and he's not I mean, never trust an avatar photo. Exactly, Siegel. Good morning, Siegel. Airbag said, "I have a van." So do we. It's black, and it definitely looks like a graper van. Say that right. Okay, where was I going? Oh, I was looking for downloads. And the picture of the airplane. I mean, whatever that thing is. The pickup. He just got off the ferry with it and is headed home. So here is what it looks like. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I know y'all are probably sick of seeing it, but somebody might not have seen it. Anyways, isn't it adorable? So excited. Oh, now you're going to turn my channel in earlier. Now I'm beautiful. Right on. Good morning, Sugar Britches. How are you, darling? It's got 4 wheels. It does. And a red steering wheel. Anyways, for the ones that haven't seen it. Mouse. Oh, that's much better. I know who Mouse is. She won't show me her Peter. So
I
we're good.
won't. I won't.
How you doing?
Pretty good. How you doing? So this is the truck, huh?
It is. This is the mobile that he went all the way to Juneau to get.
Wow. Bucket seat.
Bucket seats. And if you notice, so it doesn't have a speedometer because a race car driver built it. It is a Datsun truck. And he doesn't have a speedometer in it, and it's got the old brakes, the 1972 Datsun brakes, the ones that you had to pump like 17 times before you got to the stoplight. Those
Yeah.
ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a
Wow.
1972 Datsun. Yeah. So it's pretty cool. It's got it's got the tonneau cover here. Bobby taught me how to say that word right. But we need to get struts put on it so that it's easy to lift because right now it's a little on the heavy side. And then it needs a speedometer and the brakes. And that's about it. I mean, he just put new
Nice.
tires and wheels on it. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah,
And
pretty.
that's all custom. This is custom. I mean, Datsun pickups do not come with their hoods that open this way.
Yeah, I was starting to say that's new. It's a little modified. A little bit modified. But
It's
that's okay. That's cool.
just a little bit. Yeah. 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 It's just it has so much sentimental value that I mean, the fact that his friend gave it to him, his childhood friend, and the whole reason that he's giving him this is because Marvin's dad and uncles had a logging business, and they always, in any business they ever had, they drove around Datsun pickups. Like if you needed a Datsun part or whatever, you could probably go in their field and pull a part off one of their old Datsuns and use it for your rig. So they were just they were Datsun freaks, and so
Yeah.
that's kind of how we got the whole.
We had one.
Oh,
We had a little white one when I was a kid. Dad drove one.
okay, eyeballs. You don't even know me, and you come to my private chat and tell me to shut up, bitch. Dude, stop. I'm gonna try really hard not to block you, but something tells me you almost want blocked, and it may happen if you keep that shit up. Don't do that. 'Cause I'm telling you, I've been up since 3 o'clock. You don't want me to go into cranky bitch.
Let me
You don't
ask.
see an inspection.
Let me
Yeah,
ask.
exactly. An inspection sticker, Siegel. Well,
Oh,
it's
do y'all
Juno,
have that?
and
Not all states have the inspection. So do
well, it
y'all
has
have
been through
inspection?
all the stuff that it needed to go through.
Oh, okay.
We do have to, yes, but remember that it's a 1972, so there's an age where they don't have to have that shit, and so
Ah,
I believe that this pickup falls within that age.
careful with
I
that
think that's what we're gonna
decision.
do, Mark.
You'll end up with tags that you can only drive with on Saturdays.
Right?
it'll
No
end,
shit.
it'll end up on a classic tag.
Right, right. Yeah, I mean, it's here in Oregon, they do have a thing where you don't have to have seat belts after a certain year and all of those things.
Wow.
Yep. See, I knew it was gonna happen. You were gonna get timed out. I knew that was gonna happen, eyeballs. Don't fuck with Bobby. He's just gonna rip your face off. Do you get it? I mean, come on, look at his last name. That should tell you all you need to know. Um, but yeah, we are gonna get, I think, disc brakes put on it because I'm not gonna pump them, and I really do want to drive it and have fun with it. And Flatty rhymes with Friday. I agree, it does, Siegel. And even if it's what we identify with, emissions exemption, GG. Yeah, yeah, and I think that's what this will fall under. I have
Okay.
a feeling, but to tell you the truth, I'm clueless, mouse. We'll see when we go to register it. I'm sure we're gonna
Yeah.
walk in and they're gonna go, "What the fuck do you got there?" Not
Yeah.
even allowed on the road. But
Tell them, hey, it's got blinkers and a windshield. We're good.
yeah, I'm exactly. I mean, the thing about it is I would much rather drive something like this just because sometime there's gonna be a point where they're gonna stop us in our little computerized cars wherever they want. When they
Yeah.
decide you can't drive no more because you didn't pay whatever, your road tax or I don't know, they just gonna stop you. They ain't gonna be able to stop that little thing.
That's what my husband always says. That he wants he wants one of the old cars to keep around
Mhm.
and to leave the
Yep.
battery off of it. So if we're ever, what do they call it, EMP'd,
Yep. Yep.
then all he's got to do is put a battery on it and we can go.
Um, yeah, well, I watched this one video. In fact, I did a stream on part of it, and it was where the government found all these. I think you were probably on that stream, Mouse, and
I do
it,
remember that.
yeah, and all the government had all those old rigs, and they were all the old ambulances, fire trucks,
Right.
all
Yeah.
the old cars, all that. I'll bet you those wheels are $200 a piece, Sigel.
I
Uncle
bet they're,
John did
yeah.
not he spared no expense when he went and he just got those wheels put on there, specifically for Marvin. And he also had something done, I don't know, distributor cap, so I don't know. He had something else done to it. Hello, Arby.
Yo, what's going on?
Hey, Arby.
Morning.
Um,
Hi.
it's Friday, thank God.
Yep.
We're being boys and loving the cars today.
Yes.
I mean, it has four wheels. It's got a red steering wheel. It's got a
That's right.
funky fender on the front. It's a
I
car.
know,
It
but
goes
you know
from
what? Do you know how when you see cars drive down the road and they all look the same now? Like there's nothing different about any of the cars.
I
These
know.
cars, I mean, this car. When you see it drive down the road, you're gonna know whose car it is. There's no wondering whose car that is. So
Right. It's him when he drives by. You're not like, it could be that other. No, it was him that drove by.
yeah, right. It is so much more than that. Happy
y'all can.
birthday! Is it your
happy
birthday, Arby?
Yeah.
happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to RB. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Woohoo!
Dun, 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 dun.
Right?
Baxter's good. He's not excited with the treats I picked up for him today. They aren't the
He's not.
usual. And he's eyeing them like they're not okay.
Well, he's going, just because it's your birthday doesn't mean you get me shitty treats.
Oh, no. In fact, presents should be given to him today, not to me.
Right.
He has no expectation that I'd be getting any special treatment. He should always get the special treatment when there's any special treatment to go around.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, he's had a great week. I was off this week, so we've just been hanging out together, going on like little hikes and, chilling and playing ball and eating lots of treats.
So you took the week off because it was your birthday?
Well, no, mostly just for the hell of it because I had PTO that I had to use up.
I gotcha.
But it coincided with my birthday. Mostly I chose this week because I did not want to listen to my coworkers ask me all week why I didn't take off for my birthday because they all take off for their birthday.
Right. I never did.
But I don't treat my birthday like it's a big deal. The last time I had like an actual birthday party was when I turned 21. Friends a couple years ago invited me out for my birthday, and it ended up being a horrible experience because my buddy just got into a big fight with the waiter.
Okay.
So I don't even suggest that anymore. So my family does has a cake and sings happy birthday or whatever, but I don't really do a big to-do or anything.
No.
I get it. And you can't take people nowhere, huh?
No.
You
My
can't
daughter,
take them anywhere.
when she thought I was 50 and she decided to give me a birthday party, she did a fucking sock hop birthday, like the whole, like a Grease basically birthday party. And so, they had the little poodle dresses and the pink silk jackets, and the guys all wore T-Bird shirts that said, I don't remember what the hell she had wrote on the back of them. Something about T-Bird. They still have their T-shirts. It's funnier than shit. But anyways, it was really cool. I loved it. I mean, she went all out for this birthday party. It was pretty cool. But that's the last birthday party I had, and I hadn't had a birthday party since I was like 14. So,
I mean, at least for most people, once you turn 21 or 25, there's really no birthdays that are worth counting.
yeah, shit. I'm trying to forget mine. I'm like, let that go. I mean, I don't mind celebrating. I just don't want to be reminded that it's another year. So,
Oh, that doesn't bother me, but every time that I've had birthday parties, it's always ended up being about the people that are making it and not about what I would want to do or I'm interested in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I'm not a party person.
AMC, what's up?
I had one of my kids around my birthday, so they just sucked the birthday right away. Just gone. Not even my day ever again.
I was hoping that my granddaughter would do that, but she had to be a week late, so she's exactly a week after mine.
Well, we're still 4 days apart, but it's still so close that she just sucks my birthday right away. It's just gone.
Right? Pisses you off.
She was 18, I think, when we had the last actual birthday party around here. And I put my foot down and I said, I'm joining the party. And we closed up and cleared out the shop and did a Nerf war.
Yeah, I mean, look, my ideal birthday party would be getting a bunch of friends together to play some of my favorite tabletop or board games, have a barbecue, smoke, drink, whatever, hang out. I don't need to do any big to do. But that's why I say anytime anybody's made a party, it's just a bunch of people getting drunk, which is not my thing. And Baxter's judging me for not giving him the treat. He is definitely giving me those eyes. Baxter.
He's saying, would you quit talking with your hands and just hand me that thing in your hand? That's all I want. He knows what you're doing.
No, I gave him other treats. I'm trying to conserve the one he wants.
Why? Just give it
Because I
to him.
don't want to go back to the store and buy more. They were out of the ones he likes.
So, and when do you think they're going to get them
I can
back?
stop.
Can't you go?
I could go to
Huh?
another store. I just didn't. I could go to another store, but I don't feel like spoiling him that much.
He don't want those ones.
Yeah, they're sitting on his little like doggy bed over there.
And he's going, I don't want those.
And he
Go get
knows that
the
because I'm
ones I
talking to
want.
you guys.
Yep.
You know, he can get away with getting lots of stuff.
Oh, he's so cute.
Happy
Look at
birthday to
that
Mark's brother.
face.
Well, I think I post on Discord some pictures recently. I don't know. They're all the same picture because he's always sitting like right next to it on top of me.
Yeah.
Teeth.
Happy birthday, Mark's brother. Woohoo.
Happy birthday, everybody, from October 25th.
Here, Baxter, you can have the last one of these. You like these?
So this morning I was watching this. I don't know. I was watching a bunch of stupid shit. And one of the things that came up was it was a short, and it showed these two people that looked like they'd just gotten the shit kicked out of them, and it was a man and a woman, and it says fans brutally attacked at first ever game. So they went to an NFL game, and they heard some people arguing, and the guy was yelling at the woman, and they thought they were just going to go over and play hero and save the woman from the big bad man, and they both got their ass kicked. Sometimes you should just shut the fuck up.
I'm a big fan of looking the other way and just walking
I
away
am
if somebody's not actually in like real danger.
Exactly. I mean, if he doesn't have his hands around her throat, I'm good with just leaving it alone. It's not my fucking business. I don't care. I would expect you to do the same if I was in that situation and, somebody was yelling at me. They're just yelling at me.
Look, I'm totally fine also with like calling a police officer or like as I'm walking out, mentioning it to a police officer and walking away. I'm okay with that too.
Oh no, fuck that. My luck,
I know how you feel about police. It's fine. My point is I'm happy to go send him to get beaten up instead of me. He can get involved in the situation.
You acted blue till it happens to you. I understand.
No, you didn't listen to what I said. You're just
here we go.
I said I'd send the police officer to get beaten up instead of me. It's fine. He can beat up the police officer. I don't give a shit.
He says no comment. Go ahead. Comment agency. Go ahead.
Gigi would still call the cops. You know that.
Yep. I'd yell as loud as I could. Hurry, come quick. Something bad's happening. Oh, they didn't hear me. Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, well, that explains it. They're Cowboys fans.
Hey! We don't talk about
scared.
Well,
listen,
if she would have
she said he was yelling at her and she looked scared. You got your ass whipped because she looked scared. She didn't get her ass whipped. You got your ass whipped. The woman that he was yelling at didn't get her ass, but the man and wife who tried to go save her did.
Hey, Ivy. Wow.
Here we go. So watch.
So you'll watch all this, but you're not interested in watching the fights with me where like people choose to get beaten up? And you
And
don't have to
yeah,
listen to any bullshit, and all of the drama is like
No, it's hard
hilarious and
for me to
intentional
critique.
most of the time.
It's hard for me to critique them. Hey, Nikita. Hey, AV.
You know what I have on my second monitor right now.
Of course. Witnesses say they watched the man kick her in the face while she was unconscious. Sure glad you went to save that woman from being yelled at.
Yeah, can we talk about the fact that like we have a society now that thinks it's
Listen,
okay to
listen
win a
now. I
fight
want
and
you
then
to
end
hear
the other
what
person's life?
you got to hear what the heroes did. Listen to what the heroes did.
I can't hear it.
I know I shouldn't. I'm not laughing at the situation.
I can't hear
I
the
could have
video.
seen it. I could have seen it. You couldn't hear it?
I can see it, but I couldn't hear it.
Okay, let's turn it up. So I could see it if she would have been if was laying her hands on. But somebody yelling at somebody, it's not your business. Stay the fuck out of it. That's like somebody having a conversation and they're having a disagreement and you go and get in the middle of it and go, oh no, you two, you can't have that disagreement. No. We can't have any of that. It makes the rest of us uncomfortable. Too bad.
Yeah, but didn't you get appointed the official county hall monitor? You know, isn't that your job? You gotta watch all the kids and make
Me?
sure that they're getting along okay in the halls.
Nope. You wouldn't want
No,
me
that's
doing
not a
that. I'd
thing.
just bang heads together. I'd put them in the same shirt and say, there, go to class now and sit down beside each other. You hold
Well,
him.
that's all this lady with the broken nose was trying to do.
Yeah, that's what she was trying to do. Let's see.
So, next time she should call the official hall monitor.
Yeah, she should call the adult.
But yeah, I mean that's the other thing is like I don't fuck with drunk people. Drunk people do stupid things. Drunk people can also take a lot of abuse and still.
Yeah, they can't feel nothing.
Now that we could hear. But yeah, it's crazy to me. All these people who they get in fights, right? And you knock the other person down to the ground, and then instead of walking away, and I guess on some level it's because of this, like people then pulling out a gun and shooting someone else kind of thing. But instead of walking away after you win a fight, somebody's down on the ground, you walk up to them and you drop kick them in the face, basically. Like that's totally a great thing to do. But that's what you see in every single one of these videos of a fight that happens. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if this is how it used to be, but like, there's a difference between wanting to win a fight and wanting to end somebody's, life or cause serious harm.
Okay, but I just don't get it. So, no, I mean, okay, so what would you do? What would you do in a situation like that? If you, Mouse, RB already said he would probably just go over and call the cops and have them deal with it. What would you do, Mouse?
Oh, now you got to remember, I'm all of 5 feet and 100 pounds soaking wet. So most of the time, I'm like, you know what? I am not big enough to tell that guy to shut up. So yeah, I mean,
So I'm walking, and all they're doing is yelling. Now, what if he was beating the shit out of her?
Again, being small, all you can do is get somebody else's attention, like a bigger person, because I can't walk into that situation. I know better. I'm gonna go flying. Mm-hmm. They're gonna fling me out like a flea.
How about you, Arby? What if he was beating the shit, like the guy was beating the shit out of her? Would you do the same thing? Just go and tell the cops, or would you, Would you stop? Would you get in the middle of it, or would you just ignore it all?
I'm probably not going to get involved unless I think her life is in immediate danger, and then I'm probably pulling a gun and telling her to get the fuck off her, but I'm not putting myself in danger. But that being said, I'm still going to get the police or some authority involved over myself being involved in a situation.
Okay.
Like I'm not playing Good Samaritan. It's the same reason I don't stop on the side of the road when I see like a car accident or something like that, and there's an ambulance that I hear driving up. I'm not
Right.
playing Good Samaritan game.
Right.
Like
Right.
I'm not going to get sued because I went to go get involved, and he and I started fighting, and then I get pushed into somebody and break some old lady's hip, and I was just trying to be a good guy, but suddenly I'm on the hook for her problems and somebody else's problems. Like, nah, I ain't taking on liability, and that's why I say like I will go to authority. Even if I don't trust police, I think there are issues with police, even if it's not to the extent you do, I would still go to authority because they can deal with it legally and deal with the potential legal problems.
Right, but now you've pulled yourself into it.
I'm not.
Now you've pulled yourself into it because now you're going to get to go to court. So now,
wonderful. I'm happy to go to court and be a witness, but I'm not getting involved in any of this stuff. And that's why I say, like,
but you've already involved yourself in it because now you've already involved yourself.
Calling 911. Calling 911 or yelling to the police that are in the stadium who stopped this.
Right.
The extent that you're getting involved is giving a witness statement that they're most likely not going to call you to court because charges are not going to get contested when a police officer was directly like witnessing and involved.
Okay. So what happened with me was neighbor across the street beat the shit out of his wife. She come running over. Oh my God, he beat the fuck out of me. Oh, help me. I don't know what to do. So, of course, I go over, try to help out. Right. He's left the house. Mm-hmm. Kids are there. She's there. You can tell they've been in an altercation. The cops ended up getting called, and I wasn't the one to call the cops. Somebody else called the cops, but I was a witness to the aftermath of it. So of course they want me to go to court. I get subpoenaed to go to court, and I'm not real happy about that. Due to the fact that he's crazy as a pet. I mean, this dude's crazier than shit. I do not trust him at all. And one day while I was at work, he comes over, knocks on the door. Marvin answers the door, and he said, you need to tell your wife not to testify. Because if she testifies, she's going to regret it. And so is the rest of your family. Okay. I called the district attorney and the prosecuting attorney and said, dude, hello. I don't want to testify. I don't want to I'm fucking moving. Deal with that little son of a bitch, or I'm going to. Nope, you've got to come and you do have to testify. Okay, well, how are you going to keep me safe? I live across the street from this bastard. He's crazier than shit. So, yeah, are you going to do anything to protect us? To make sure that my kids, when they go to the bus stop, don't have to worry about him running over them or beating the shit out of them or who knows what? No. You'll have to deal with that, ma'am. Oh. Well, he didn't really threaten your kids, did he? He came to my husband. I told him exactly what my husband said. My husband told him what he said. The whole bit. Nope. They literally they said there ain't nothing we can do. And yes, you will still need to come testify. That is bullshit. So when you ask me what I told them right then, when I went to court that day, when I got done testifying, I told the judge, I will never turn anybody in for anything again. You guys have ruined that. Somebody's house could be on fire and I will not go piss on it. Well,
I'm sorry that happened to you, but you were involved the second she came to your door, even if you called or didn't call the police. Like,
no, if I wouldn't answer my door, it would have never happened.
Okay, you could have chosen to not answer your door.
Ignored it. I don't answer my door for people unless I know who's there. I don't just answer it.
I don't answer my door either.
And if somebody came to me and said, I need you to come over to my house with me, I'm scared, I'd be like, sorry for your luck. Go home,
Yeah,
call
no,
cops.
I was about to say to you at the beginning of that, I would have never gone in her damn house. And you know what? I answer the door with in my hand every time I answer if it's someone I don't know and I have a reason to answer it. There's a gun on my hip and there's a dog on my hand, like barking up a storm at them.
But you're missing the point, though. The point is when you go and testify for somebody else regarding a situation such as this, they are supposed to make sure that the witness is protected. And they didn't
Okay,
do that at all.
I'm
They didn't
sorry there was a
talk.
failure of government officials in your situation. I don't know what you want me to say or do about that. This is
That's what
part
I'm
of the
saying.
problem. But like
I'm not
this is
saying
part of the
you have
problem is
to.
there are systems in place that should work in a certain way, but we
Oh, yeah.
have useless people across the board. And this is why I'm not against the systems as much as I'm against the corruption that has occurred because people have, the bureaucratic like protections. And I don't just mean the legal protections, but I mean in a bureaucratic system, everyone can go, it's not my problem. Like I've been reading a book about monarchy, and one of the like arguments of having a monarch is that they're an individual that can be held accountable, as opposed to everyone just pushing things off to the unelected, nameless people that you have no idea who they are, who they can't be fired. I mean, this is the way in which the American, empire mirrors the Roman Empire, in that the system became over bloated and then, began to decay, and intentionally, unintentionally, I don't know. But ultimately, if there are good parts of the system, we can keep those parts of the system. Like I think that to throw away all of government because we have people that don't do their function is not an answer in a country that has 240 million people in it. That's a way to go to hell real quick in a handbasket, or whatever the saying is.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I just think that I do believe that the systems are totally broke. I think there's too many systems, and they tend to what do you want to call it? They tend to want to
cancel each other out and
thank
protect
you.
each other. Yeah.
Exactly. And so I do got a problem with our systems. And of course, as well, obviously, with any person that's in that whole government fucking situation, as far as I'm concerned. It's exactly what I told Marv when he said, well, I'm just going to go get a medical exemption and not worry about, having to lose my job or la, 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 all this shit. And I'm like, that's part of the problem. Not standing up and saying, no, I'm not getting a medical exemption and I'm not giving a religious exemption. I'm not doing it. And you are not forcing me to. And if you take my job from me, then I will sue your ass.
Okay, that's all wonderful and good to make as a big stand, but when you have all of $5,000 in savings because you've been working really fucking hard to pay off your student loans for the past 2.5 years, and your job is saying to you, you have to get this shot or you're going to lose your job. You don't have the option for things like unemployment and stuff like that easily to get. You don't have means to pay your mortgage. You got $2,500 in a mortgage to pay at the end of the month. You priced out of the like free money that's bullshit anyways because of your income level. Like, yeah, a lot of people are put in a situation where they don't have the option to just be like,
but
fuck
that
you,
is
government.
the problem. That is the problem, because they instantly went, fuck, they're going to take my job. How am I going to pay my rent? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? You know what? That is the first problem. Not standing up to these fuckers and saying, no, you're not going to force us to do this shit. It would be like a rapist coming and saying, you are going to do what I tell you to, because if you don't, then I'm going to go and do it to the rest of your family. No, you're not, bitch. You'll kill me first.
Look, if I had a 401k I could cash out that had 150 grand in, oh boy, whatever, so I have to give up half of it because because I'm too young, and I'll just figure it out in the long term, and maybe I have to look
Hey, Brent.
Yeah, some people can do that, but you're putting onus on people who, like Army Vet is saying, make 50 grand a year and don't have the ability to stand up and say things like this. You have to pick the hill you're going to die on. Everyone has to do that.
That's
It's not
true.
so easy just to say die on every hill because there's a moral reason to do so.
Taking that shit because they forced you to is literally dying on that exact hill. So what the fuck was the sense of taking it if you end up dying from it anyways? You might as well just fucking starve to death.
Look, I think you're making a great argument, and I think you should go like preach it to the people.
I will never say
preach it to the people and see how it goes. Like we've talked about this before, but like people live in the real world, and it's great to have ideals, but the person that's tied into the system isn't going to march on Washington without a good enough reason to do so.
First of all, this is not just not living in the real world. I worked in the fucking medical field for 25 years. All the time they were trying to juice me up, and I said, fuck you, I ain't taking it. You can take my job and I'll go find another one, but I'm not taking the shit.
I don't know. To be fair, in the moment, I mean, honestly,
every doctor's office, every hospital, go find me a hospital that was hiring people that didn't have a COVID vaccine.
I don't care. I know people that literally gave up their fucking job. She literally was almost homeless because she said, fuck you. I'm a nurse and I am not fucking juicing people up. You can kiss my ass.
Not everyone is willing to or has the luxury to do these things. I don't I don't get it. You're standing on a high horse and you're preaching to a lot of people saying that they need to, stand on the same high horse. And I'm just saying, it's like,
call it whatever you want. But bottom line is, if you take the juice because you are forced to take it, you are part of the problem. Straight up.
Yeah, big government is a huge problem, like Anawase is saying. But I'm sorry, you're viewing this from a perspective that throws people into a position where they have no other choices.
But this is exactly what they want, Arby. They want us to think we have no other choice, and this is what we have to do, instead of standing firm and saying, no, we are not going to do this shit. You are not doing this. You know what? It doesn't matter about any of us. It matters about the next generation that's coming up. These kids they're going to have so many goddamn diseases. And they're going to end up, none of them are going to be able to fucking multiply to say anything about fucking actually having kids that are normal.
Look, anyways, like you're saying, people played their game. This game was sold out long before I was even born. Like, I was born into a world where freedom was already gone.
Keep playing the game and we should just keep eating it because your parents and my parents went, okay, just keep doing it, keep juicing them up. Now we know that the shit's bad, but keep doing it.
You have two options. You're laying out a binary option here. Your two options that you're laying out are option A, you be a sheeple and you do what the system says of you, or option B, you revolt. That's what we keep coming back to each time we have these conversations.
Exactly.
And at the end of the day, but you're going. It might not be today because you don't believe in early voting or whatever. You are going to early vote. But you're going to go vote for Donald fucking Trump. And here's the point I'm making. You can talk revolution all you want. You can talk about people throwing away their livelihoods, throwing away their generational wealth or whatever, their homes, their opportunity, and being homeless so they can fight against the system. But at the end of the day, can I finish what I'm saying? At the end of the day, the way it's going to change is gradually over time. The way it changed to where we are now wasn't overnight. It wasn't people waking up one day and going, fuck it, I don't want my agency. The way it happened is people slowly but surely gave it up. The only way it's going to come back is people are either going to slowly or surely get it back by making good decisions, building culture, building communities, building political groups, or there's going to be a revolution. It's all going to go to shit. And so I'm not going to start the revolution. You're not going to start the revolution. So until that fucking revolution starts, I'm going to live my life and I'm going to play the system as I have to. And so that's why I say at the end of the day, people may have been if I was in a different position, I may have been able to say, fuck you, I'm not taking your COVID vaccine. But
I don't understand.
For me personally,
what position is it that would have made you got to be a millionaire to stand up and say,
if I was in the position I am today, if I'm in the position I am today, 5 years ago, I would have told them to go fuck themselves.
I remember having this discussion in the moment, and we were business owners, so it wasn't like we had a boss that said you have to do this. But it was a matter of being allowed to stay open or not. We had to stay open. Like we had bills that weren't going to stop, and we didn't have a shitload of savings in the bank to step out and say no, fuck you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like I can speak for myself. I made too much money to get the rent, moratorium bullshit, which shouldn't have happened. They shouldn't have closed down. That's what should have happened. I made too much money to get the bullshit fake money they were paying out. I didn't have enough savings to be like, fuck you, whatever. I didn't have somewhere where I could go live. So it was literally going to be me on the streets with my dog if I wanted to do that. And the other situation...
Hear what you're saying? That's like saying, okay, it's like saying somebody walks up to you and says, okay, if you have 50 grand, you can get up and walk away and you don't have to worry about drinking this juice, but you have to take this juice. And I'll deal with what Joey just said here in a minute, because this has nothing to do with having another income coming in. So let's just be fucking honest. The bottom line is, I had a daughter who quit her fucking job because of part of this shit. She literally had to go and figure out how she was going to make it with her kid. All on her own. And lots of things had to happen to have that take effect. But regardless she stood up and said, no, I'm not fucking done doing this shit. You guys I'm not taking it, and you can kiss my ass. So did my son.
Well,
they literally kept him working.
We were leveraged. I mean, plain and simple, if you want to put it in layman's terms, a lot of people were leveraged with their livelihoods, their family.
Yes.
For the shot.
My family should not
have been that way. But it's not something we could have chose or not chose. It was something the government was forcing. Let's remember, it's their fault. They're the bad guy, not us for making the decision. It doesn't matter if they're the bad guy.
I'm very happy for you and your kids and the people that could afford not to take the vaccine. But I was looking at all the data at the time that existed. It didn't have any of the concerns that now exist years later that you can see, where there's rates of cancer increase and things like that. All you could see was some immediate issues, if they existed. I was reading all the data. I didn't see any huge immediate concern. I had $5,000 worth of bills to pay at the end of the month. And if I quit my job and walked out, there wasn't anyone that would hire me in the medical profession without a COVID vaccine, without what the CDC considered a legitimate, exemption, which was serious health conditions, autoimmune diseases, pregnancy. It was seriously limited. I didn't fall under any of those categories. So my options were
that pisses me off. You are playing this like you don't fucking know what was going on with those shots. I knew what was going on with those shots. You can't tell me you didn't. You said you did your research on this shit, but I call bullshit.
Gigi, we're talking in the summer.
Really done your research
before millions of people got this vaccine.
Now let me talk. If you would have really done your research, then you would know that all of that shit was literally in line. They'd only done, how long had they done the testing for that before they actually stuck it out on the market? How long was it? Was it 3 weeks? I want to say it was 3 weeks that they did their testing, and then they put that shit right out there on the market. That's not doing your research and deciding that the best thing for you to do is do a fucking shot.
No, you're completely misinterpreting. You're completely misinterpreting what I said when what I mean when I say I did research. So yeah, when you're in the first tranche of people that are told you have to take it and you don't have a choice, you're limited to the amount of information that's acceptable.
That's what I was going to say, because
you're faulting me for not doing my research when you're talking 6 months out. When I knew different things, so I didn't take the second dose of the vaccine. I told them to go fuck themselves, and enough people said it at the time, and they didn't demand it.
Wait, but I thought you were worried about
OSHA. No, because by the time the second round of vaccine came out, enough companies had taken, like the Daily Wire and those people had gone against the OSHA mandate that the Supreme Court or the lower courts or whatever was overturned the OSHA mandate, which is how they were demanding I take the vaccine. But
So you just
a
followed
month
the sheep
in,
again.
I didn't have a choice. So yeah, fine, I'm a sheep. I got it.
Me
I
too,
should have stood up. I
Archie.
should have lost my job. I should have been homeless. I
No,
should have, like that's the way I should have gone. I should have taken a stand against the man because that would have been the better option.
Because everybody that stood up for not taking the shot became homeless and fucking died from starvation, right?
Well, I don't know other people's financial situations, and this is why I say if I were in this position I am today, where I have, 6 months worth of money built up that I can pay my bills
Most
from,
people.
I would go F you. But at the time, I had just bought a home. I had put all of my savings into it. I had a mortgage due. I had, bills to pay. It wasn't like I had a bank account with, 50 grand sitting in it where I could be like, okay, if I can't find a job for the next 6 months, I'm good. But I didn't have that at the time. Now I do. And so if I was in that position then, yeah, I would have probably told them, no, I'm not taking the vaccine. And, I'll just find a job somewhere else or whatever it ends up being. But this is why I say the timeline matters. The position people are in matters. It's not just a simple blanket answer of everybody should have just done this. I'm sorry, but it's not.
Oh, okay. Well, I disagree. I do believe that if we don't stand up for this kind of shit, what about when it happens again? What about when they do the fucking monkeypox bullshit or the next one that comes along? What's everybody going to do? You're going to run right out and get the juice because they're going to take your fucking house if you don't.
No, I don't have
how
day
many
six.
of us were still around when the Spanish flu came out?
In 1918?
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? Like, we hadn't dealt with this. Like, we could go to the old people and they could tell us about it and how they handled it. But really, even ourselves, we were scouring the internet for like any kind of information, and there was none.
I mean, within 8 to 12 weeks, it was very clear from data outside of the country, that it was mostly making old and sick people ill, and we should have taken the Swedish approach. And none of this should have been mandated. But again, hindsight is 2020. I wasn't trying to justify their actions then either.
Oh no, but I think it was more than just enforcing the jab. I think it was a ploy to separate us, to retrain us not to, to depend on ourselves and not be social, not discuss
Look, I
things,
agree
not
with you.
share ideas.
So I want to go back to Joey, who said she's also viewing it from the standpoint of having another good income in the house to survive on. So she could walk away from a job for morals. Unfortunately, your moral, if it's your only income, morals suck. Well, first of all, it had nothing to do with morals. It had to do with the fact that they were going to stick something in you that you could not get out of you. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand why people don't get that. Once you've been injected with something like that, it doesn't just fucking fall out because you don't want it anymore. So doing something so drastic as injecting yourself with anything seems to me like a pretty drastic fucking measure. So would I give up my job for it? You bet your sweet ass. In a fucking heartbeat, I would. I'll sleep under a bridge first.
Can I give the Outlaw a link?
Yeah, it was posted in the stream before. Just
here, I'll
pin it.
Paste it. Pin it. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, here's the deal is I think other shit's gonna come up. And I hope people aren't so quick to go, oh fuck, we gotta do it again.
No, and I don't think we will this time. I mean, that was my point. When it came up the first time, we were like, we don't even know really what the fuck to think about this. We ain't never dealt with this. And the people that dealt with it last time are really not even around anymore to tell us how to do this. And then when we all kind of got a grasp on it, we all kind of stepped back and went, all right. This is a little nuts, and y'all are making a mountain out of a molehill. And so, yeah, I don't think if they do it again, if it comes around again, I don't think we'll allow them to handle it the same. I think we'll be like, no, we didn't learn from that. We're not doing that.
I wished I could say the same, but I have a feeling there'll still be the same fear because I mean, let's remember that they've done this shit with the flu shot for how long? You got to go get the flu shot. Oh my God, you're all going to die if you don't get the flu shot right now. Really? I didn't take the flu shot ever. And I worked in a
Haven't either.
facility around old people. So, and I never got the flu. So I'm having a little bit of a hard time understanding how everybody thought this was just a big to do. Like, oh my God, you can't, you have to get this thing. It's going to kill you. No, it's not. Especially when you've seen what the symptoms were. Well, you can't tell, you can't smell and you can't taste. Well, so what? Get a fucking cold.
No, I mean, to be fair, we were losing people from it. I mean,
No, they
I
weren't.
lost
They were not
fam-
losing people from the
I
shot. They were
lost.
losing
No,
people
not
from the
the shot.
treatment.
Not the shot. The illness.
The treatment. They were losing people from the treatment.
Either way, the disease killed them.
No, the fucking doctors killed them with the goddamn treatment. If you stick somebody on a ventilator, you pull the pressure up to, guess what happens?
Yeah.
And if you lay somebody flat when they got shit in their lungs and you just let them lay there forever, guess what happens?
Yeah. Or when you get it when your immunities are down from chemotherapy and radiation, it'll get you. But none the same. I mean, it was kind of scary. It was new. None of us knew what to think about it. I mean, it took us a minute to wrap our heads around it and understand, and and of course by then the government was dragging us down a completely horrible direction with it. But,
what up?
Hey. I don't think we'll be that dumb again, not this early.
No, look, they already tried to make monkeypox a thing, and it didn't sell because people weren't stupid enough to fall for it right after COVID, especially considering that it's a contact thing, and it was mostly tied to people that were in a specific community. Like, yeah, people aren't going to fall for shit again. They tried it, it worked, they blew it. It's not going to work again.
Well, I'm going to ask a simple question to everybody within earshot of this.
Uh-oh.
Since when has the government ever had your best interest at heart?
It hasn't, and that's what I was saying earlier when I was talking about how we've fallen into this bureaucratically run system over the past 40, 50, 60 years since World War II that, I was born into, everybody sitting in here was born into, that we didn't make a decision to be part of, that we've been forced to be part of, because by the time you reach adulthood, you're already student loan debt, credits, scores, credit cards. I mean, probably my generation more than like your guys' generation, but still, like, by the time you reach adulthood and you're educated and you can teach yourself on how the world works and how government really works and, learn some philosophy and actually, understand some history and not just be indoctrinated into what schools teach you, you're already too tied to the system. And that's why I say, like, the only way this is going to change is over long-term slow changes by building something to replace it and building a political system behind it, because culture is ahead of politics. Politics changes when culture changes.
The unfortunate truth is that a lot of people did what they felt they needed to do during this.
Yeah.
And now they're suffering consequences and their families suffering. But it should have been obvious to everybody in this country that this government was trying to pull the wool over your eyes with this shot.
Thank you.
There was never a point where the government said, okay, suddenly we woke up and we care about everybody's health now. We want you guys to take this shot. But your jobs are going to be required if you don't take it.
Mm-hmm.
That don't sound like a choice to me. That sounds like you have no choice. That's tyranny. That's straight up and out tyranny.
I agree with that.
I'm going to tell you, when I first realized it was all which I already knew it was bullshit, but the first time that it really dawned on me that, hey, This is propaganda. When you saw grown women being stripped out of football games by police officers, where were the feminists? Where were your people out there going, hey, whoa, we don't put hands on people. What is this?
Right.
Manhandling grown women out of football games, watching their children play because they didn't have a mask on. This government don't care. They never care.
They were kicking people off the beaches in California and arresting them for running on the empty beach without a mask. But yeah, it was insanity, and the way that the government reacted was insane too. It's authoritarian. It's insanity.
Yeah.
They exempted themselves, like Anna just said. They look. What was it? Gavin Newsom at the French Laundry or whatever having dinner. Look, it was very obvious to me that there was a lot of bullshit when they were telling us to use an N95 mask for 2 weeks to a month at a time, when N95 masks are only rated for 4 hours of continuous use.
You know, some of these states, I know, like New Mexico, it wasn't just a couple of months. I know them kids were out of school for almost 2 years before New Mexico let up on the regulations.
That's because of those teachers unions being tied to the politics.
I mean, it was it was state per state. I remember us doing it for about 6 weeks, and then the whole community, the whole town, the whole state out here was like, "Yeah, we're not doing this anymore. Not in the store, not anywhere. No, you're not asking me if I'm, if I've got to none of it. Just it just stop." And the mayor quit, those kind of things.
Yeah, I mean, look, Army Vet, what you're asking there, that's what I was getting at before, is it should not have been treated the way it was. And it was treated as a much more concerning thing than it needed to be. Like, I think part of the issue you have is that, like, there's a ton of, like, it hits the big cities first, because that's the most traveled areas. And you see huge numbers because it's passing really quickly. And so, like, in those areas, yeah, I would call it a pandemic in, New York when it first hit. And because those high numbers, you're getting a lot of old people, because there were a lot of old people in New York and a lot of sick people in New York and whatever, because it's a highly dense city, so you're getting high numbers. But once it runs through that population, it's like any other cold, flu, whatever. So, I mean, me personally, like I said, I think that we have a problem here in that, again, we can all sit here and yell about government, but the government, the CDC, the people in charge, treated it way out of proportion. I mean, why were they walking down in middle America when the COVID had not even hit middle America? And I'm pretty sure that it hit the U.S. long before we even started, like, reacting to it.
I agree with that too, but I am always going to be from the standpoint that this was intentionally done to us for political reasons.
Sure.
Yeah, it's why it was a plandemic and not a pandemic.
Yeah.
Mouse, this is how you know. Did the border shut down when this was happening?
You want to know how I know? Because I remember when Biden took the COVID virus to China to be studied. I remember it. Now you look it up and it'll show you as what do they call it? Fact checks, and then it's false.
Yep. Yeah.
No, it's true. I remember back then thinking, wait the fuck, they do that? Why are we asking other countries to study viruses? I remember thinking then, nobody's red flags are going up. I don't get it. And no, nobody seemed alarmed. So it was kind of like, well, okay, then sure. I guess that's a thing we do.
Did that border down there close when that happened?
Well, no.
No. Was it really a pandemic if they were, willing to say, no, we're going to keep our borders up and just let any and everything come on in here that's probably got the disease itself and is spreading it like wildfire? How stupid do people have to be when you see that?
The reason they didn't want to tell us it was here yet was because it wasn't time. It got let out a little early because it was supposed to fall down and be Trump's fault.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure we had it I'm pretty sure we had it a few years before that, to tell you the honest to God truth. I swear
It
we
was
had it.
Obama's
No, I was seeing
that took it
people.
down there.
I was seeing people in June, or sorry, in the end of November and the beginning of December of 2019 that had symptoms like COVID, and they were testing like negative for everything. So that's why I personally think we had it here in the like December.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. They first started giving, or whatever, it doesn't matter. But yeah, it was here in like November. But whoever was pointing out the border stuff, I agree. There was a lot of sussy stuff that was very clear about it. It was very clear to me by April. They locked down like February. By the end of March, beginning of April, that they were treating it wrong. That it was a crazy like reaction to get everything locked down. Look, forget the borders. It was so obvious that they were playing politics when after George Floyd gets killed going into the 2020 election. Suddenly it's okay to protest in the streets and be like 5 feet, be like 5 inches away from each other when before you couldn't be 6 feet even outside.
Exactly. You were allowed to burn it down. That was okay, but everybody else stay home, COVID, sick. Ooh,
I think it was actually even before 2019, to tell you the honest to God truth. We went to Alaska and we were on the railroad coming back from Denali, and there was these Oriental people, and they all had masks on. And we'd asked the conductor, how come those people had masks on? Should we be concerned? And he said,
they've been wearing them for years.
Yeah, they've been. That's basically, he was like, well,
but they do it because you know how we get out and watch the weather, or sometimes we watch like the allergy alert level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they have such bad air from pollution, industrial pollution, that there are days they are mandated to wear a mask because of their pollution.
We ended up sick, all 4 of us. Me, Marv, my mother-in-law, and my sister-in-law. My sister-in-law and my mother-in-law got it first because they sat near them. I don't know why the hell they did that, but we had been in the same car and had actually moved to another car. Marv and I did. And so I don't know if that is why we didn't end up with it till a few days after they did. And I mean, we were definitely, I felt like I had the flu, and all of us lost taste and smell. So I have no idea, but it seems very strange to me. Yeah, all the same symptoms.
So you brought it back. You didn't know.
You're the one. But yeah, what Mark was saying about Bill Gates, the Gates Foundation funded in either 2017 or 2018 a panel like conference thing at Johns Hopkins in the School of Public Health on how to respond to a COVID-like, pandemic.
Yep.
And they basically spelled out all the things that they ended up doing. It's terrifying. God. But again, we only all came to learn this 6 months after the stuff was locked down and all this was already fucked to all hell.
Right.
This is the problem: is we all knew this, but we knew it, after the fact, and the government only admitted any of it or started to like let little bits come out and admit that there's bullshit here. 3, 4, 5 years later now, but they kept the pandemic BS in place for another 3 years. Longer than it probably needed to be. 2 years?
Oh, definitely. They're still trying it now.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
And they still tried, like Biden still tried to use the COVID as a reason, like forgive vaccines and stuff. Or not vaccines, sorry, but student loans. But yeah, I think like that is part of why I think you see a lot of people who in 2020 did not and were not willing to vote for Trump and for the MAGA party and stuff, who are now in 2024 are, and I think it's because they see through the bullshit. They see through the prosecutions of Trump that were bullshit, the handling of COVID that was bullshit, the way the Biden admin and the Democrat Party has done this stuff, the way like I was getting at before with the connection to the school, Randy Weingarten and the teachers union and how they kept the schools locked down and all these blue places. Like,
Wait.
I think these are the reasons why you see Trump doing better, not just, the Kamala's terrible thing.
Right.
Like, I think his message is selling to more people because people have woken up a lot. There are a lot of people I've talked to who have said that, especially the lawfare has really changed, made him look into things more.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember when it first came up, he was
Army
gonna
vet
run
said
for
this ban
president.
on foreign nationals entering the United States. If you've been in China, Iran, Europe, where?
Schengen?
Schengen? Where's that?
The Schengen zone?
Schengen?
Isn't that like
Schengen?
Japan, China, like Southeast Asia?
United Kingdom, Ireland, or Brazil. Okay, well, they may have them banned, but if they come over illegal, hell, they can all come in. Just you got to do it the right way.
Everybody's welcome now.
Don't go through the gate. Climb over the fence. You'd be
And if you climb over the fence, then and say you're here for asylum, then we give you a credit card and a phone and send you to Springfield.
Your scabies and your monkeypox and your measles and all. Yeah, bring it all.
That's right. Hell, they'll pick your head for headlight.
To see a United States senator or Congress, you had to be checked. Yeah, look at how much power and control they took during this that they will not give back. Go back to 9/11 for just a minute. Remember what happened in 9/11? Homeland Security,
Patriot Act.
Yeah, remember all the power that the government took by making airline travel more tight and restricted. That didn't go away after all that.
Nope.
Once you give power to government, you can never get it back.
The threat of 9/11 has really never gone away either.
Exactly. So, what power and control they took during this pandemic or plandemic, as it's so funnily put, because that's what it is.
Yeah,
they're not giving that back either.
No,
it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. I'm telling you. We're all just gonna, I swear, we better all realize what the hell's going on. We all better be ready.
Well, I'm ready, but I went out and voted today.
Firearms and ammo.
Baxter owns all those. He's a very prolific collector of firearms and ammunition.
Huh? I said, good for you.
Oh, not me, Baxter. Baxter is a prolific collector of firearms and ammunition. I know, but hang on. He and potable water and long-term storage food. That's Baxter's thing. He's a little bit of a prepper. But yeah, everybody should go vote. I went and voted today, and I voted for Daddy Trump because who else was I going to vote? I didn't even bubble in the thing that said Vance and Trump. I went down to the bottom and I wrote in Daddy Trump.
Daddy Trump.
And Uncle Couchfucker. I hope they know what that means. They're probably Democrats in this state who are checking my vote anyway, so they'll know who that means.
Fucker. You better not have put that because then they're gonna oust your ballot. You better have just put it right. Damn it.
No, I circled in the bubble that said Donald Trump and JD Vance.
And you better have let Baxter vote right too.
Look, we both dropped in our mail-in votes this morning, and we're going to go do our early voting tomorrow, and we're going to go do our day of voting on the day. Both of us.
That's right. Good. Consistency.
I'm just trying to make sure in case they forget to count that, my vote and Baxter's vote is counted.
They'll only actually count one. It's okay. I mean,
redundancy is important just in case. Look, I read those stories about the mail-in votes disappearing. Them dump the mail, carrier just dumping them and not taking them in.
Sure.
Exactly.
Can't trust anyone these days.
Except for the ones that came in at 3:00 that morning.
Oh, those didn't come in from the mail.
Those were Democratic votes, but
those didn't come from the mail. They came up from a plane and from Asia.
No, they came from somewhere in the basement where the money printers are.
There was literally a video of a guy finding thousands upon hundreds of thousands of mail-in ballots in a landfill down in Florida right after that.
Yeah, there was a mail
I'm
carrier up in the Northeast that was charged, like 3 months later for not delivering the ballots. It was somebody that was like a Democrat who delivered mail in a very red state, red like county, and they specifically like had thrown away the ballots because they didn't want, to take a chance of red
Wow.
ballots coming in. And they didn't do anything. Obviously, there was nothing they could do ahead of time. They didn't find out until after. And then they just like charged a person quietly, like, made it go. Like they charged a person, they got, and everything, but like it didn't make much news because they don't want people to know about it.
Exactly.
But so yeah, that's why.
That'll bust the narrative. Come on.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Any
would love it to just be like paper ballots that they read out publicly without a name attached. Like, it's fine if your name's on it, but they just don't show your name. But like, so we all know one for this person, one for that person, like they do in
That's
Taiwan.
what I never understood was how, like, when they said, okay, well, we're going to go back through and recount votes and we're going to make sure these are legal. How can you make sure I'm legal? As soon as you guys get them, you separate the signature envelope from the actual ballot. That's it. At that point, you can't see whether it was a legitimate
Right.
ballot or
Exactly.
not, because now it's separated
Right.
forever.
No, this is. I don't like any electronic stuff, any of the mail-in stuff. I don't.
Oh, I
It
hate
needs
it.
to just be
Yeah.
as simple as possible. Because look, the simpler it is, and the more public it is, the harder it is to fuck with.
Yeah. Yeah. Have a great day, Mark. Thanks for coming and
Well,
hanging out with us.
Bye, Mark.
it's who's counting the votes that you have to zero in on, because that's who's ultimately fucking you over if they don't count.
Right.
That's why it
What
shouldn't
they're
be
supposed
machines
to count.
counting. It should just be a public count. Literally, like, here's a pile of votes for Trump. Here's a pile of votes for Kamala. I struggle to say her name. I think that's how you say it. I don't know.
Camel toe. We'll go with
Because
that.
Yeah.
Camel
camel
toe,
toe for
yeah.
too long.
Usually, I just spell it C-U-M Allah, like, God and the Muslims just piss everyone off.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so
Allah.
like I say, I would prefer that they just counted like that. Each district just had to be public. Anybody could walk in and sit there and watch it. They're not showing the names on it, but it's just they're literally like, okay, one for this person. Because I've seen other countries, like that's how they do it in Taiwan. And
Well,
that
and I
way
know-
you can't fake it. Like,
I think we should go back to the old purple thumb, the ink thumb. Like,
you thumb your fingerprint.
no,
Well,
you
that's why I
would
say
dye
that
your thumb. And so, like, everybody walking around town knew you had voted. You couldn't vote again because they dyed your thumb. That stuff would wash
Oh, I
off
thought
in,
you were
like,
going
a
to say
week.
they chopped your thumb off.
Well, we can
Well,
do
that's
that
why I
too.
think it's so important that people really do go poll watch, because if we're not watching how they're counting that shit out, I mean, I don't understand. And this thing of only like a lot
Well,
of the counties are like, well, you can only have one poll watcher per side.
yeah.
No.
But see the catch is on that. It needs to be in the key states. It needs to
No,
be
it
in
needs to be in
Georgia.
every state.
It needs to be in every state, but it
Every
really doesn't
state,
matter as
yeah.
much in
The
Maryland
cheating
where
is going to go on in the
blue
swing
and nobody's
states.
blue. And
The cheating is going to go on in the swing states.
yeah, I mean that's where it makes sense to.
Well, it will, but the cheating will
Well,
really go on everywhere, because you're
I
going to
think
have a
so.
lot of multiple votes. You're going to have a lot of dead votes in a lot of states.
Yep. Think about
Illegal
Oregon.
votes.
Oregon, it's all they mail in ballot. So I'm telling you, it's being rigged constantly. So
Oh, yeah.
here in the county that I'm in, I've finally found this outfit where I can watch to see that they kind of let us know what their bitches are about the poll watching and what the county's doing and not doing and da da da. Well, they wanted to last time in 2020 when they went to be poll watchers, they were literally kicked out of the ballot office, the election office, and were not allowed in there because they said they got behind. So they wouldn't let them sit in there or stay in there and watch the ballots being counted because they were behind in counting them.
Behind?
Yep.
What did that have to do with it? Like
Well, I don't
that's
know,
like
but
a
that was
weird excuse.
that was their reason, and they kicked them out, put the blinds down, and proceeded on with their. You know what? If
Yeah.
you're doing that, I'm fairly certain you're cheating.
Yeah. Yeah, kinda.
And
Sunlight is
Oregon's
the
not a
best
swing
disinfectant.
state.
Yeah. Well, maybe Oregon is more of a swing state than we realize.
You could
Could
that
be.
may be true. That could very well be the
Like
case
maybe
because I
they're
gotta tell you,
fortifying in all these close states that we think are deep blue, but really they're very
Right.
close.
well, and you gotta understand, Oregon, the only part that's Democrat is Portland.
hmm
And when I talk to a lot of people around here, I gotta tell you, they ain't saying they're voting for Kamala. So, and I'm not talking about the people that I talk with. I'm talking about just people in general as we're going, like at the volleyball game the other day. I could tell who was voting for Trump and who wasn't when I
hmm
yelled, "Trump 2024." I thought my granddaughter was gonna shoot me.
Well, and so Maryland is blue. It's been blue forever. The part of Maryland that I'm in is always pretty blue. Usually, when I drive around during election season, you see a lot of whoever the Democratic nominee is signs.
Mhm.
See a lot less than I have in the past. So I don't know if that means people are like just trying to hide and don't want to be public about who they're planning on voting for and they're planning on voting Trump, or if people are just not enthusiastic at all. But nothing like what I've seen in years past. I see more
Well, my
signs for the person running for Senate as a Democrat from Maryland than I do for the Harris Walls campaign.
yeah, we see mostly county stuff, like regarding anything for the. We see all local, like
It
I
doesn't
hardly ever.
matter though. I mean, just like we learned with Trump's first time around, if the Senate is against him, or like it was, the Congress was against him. If they're all Democrats, we don't get nothing done. Still, they steamrolling.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The only way things get done.
Those other boxes down this ballot do matter. Pay attention.
Oh yeah, no. The only way bipartisan stuff gets done is if the party with the president controls either the House or the Senate. Because then you can make a deal between the parties. If the House and Senate are controlled by the opposition party, nothing happens.
Well, we had the Senate with him, but we didn't have Congress. And
Yeah, but
that
didn't
was
we?
Nancy Pelosi, she's Speaker of the House. It was just chaos. It was
But did we really, when half of the Republicans at that time, if not more, were actively against Trump?
well, rhinos, yeah. We got to see who all those were,
There's the party is a lot more on board with Trump at this point.
Yeah.
I think you can get a lot more done legislatively with the current form of the Republican Party.
I agree with that. That's fair. Seagull.
I like Army's coffee, although I'm not eating my side.
Arby, King Bee, Vandy, Rooster,
So they're
and John.
denying it? Army vet now they're denying it? Wait. Is it true or not? Did they or did they not sign that? Because I heard they did.
I heard with all the women in the military now, they're going to be coming out with bikini body armor.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Nice. Let's see Russia do that shit.
That's it.
Yeah, we're gonna win our next engagements not with weapons of war, but with weapons of war.
Right.
Those women are gonna just send them out on the front line, seduce the enemy.
When somebody with the nickname of Gutter Girl is fucking face palming that kind of comment, you gotta know our fucking.
Look, I'm an open book. I'm just saying what comes to mind.
You know, every one of them damn soldiers put their gun down. You put somebody in the bikini, prancer out there going, "Hey, y'all." They'd be like, "Hey."
Look, I'm just saying. I mean, if you were like a guy who's been sitting in a trench for a few months, you know, in Ukraine or whatever, or Russia or wherever, and some hotties show up, you like to put your guns down and
I'll tell
walk
every
away.
one of you, everyone, both sides, every one of you. And y'all are just writing it off as, I mean, y'all have gone mental and it's okay. Y'all are all just going to go mental together for a minute.
The government has wasted military budget on worse things.
Exactly.
Yeah. True.
Look, and all these, like, I'm a powerful woman people can go be an Amazon warrior from, like, Amazon, the company, not, like, sponsored by Amazon, the company, not, like, from Amazon. They're part of the military, but they're sponsored by Amazon. It's the Amazon warriors!
I will say this, though. Any fraudulent video evidence that you guys happen to come across anywhere at any time during this election, keep it saved, back it up. One mistake that we made during the last election was not forcing that issue hard enough, where we were trying to show all of that fraudulent evidence on them videos that people were catching. I think we need to do that this go around and keep it saved and backed up.
Oh, there's
You know what
so
I mean?
much of it out there. I mean, even on the TV, they've even got camel toe commercials that are just.
Well,
crazy.
you know, I've been watching these, like I said, these guys go around and talk to the swing states, and a lot of them, of course, they'll ask, you know, where are you getting your information to decide that you're going to vote for camel toe? And 90% of the people say that it's from the commercials. That's where they get their information, is her
God.
commercials. I'm like, oh.
I literally saw one person say they're voting for her because she looks like me, a black
Yeah.
woman.
Oh my God.
I'm voting for her because she look like me, girl. She black woman like me,
No, she
girl.
don't. She got a dot on the forehead. Forehead right there.
Right.
Top your forehead.
Low information,
The other
low
day-
IQ voters. You're
Yeah,
dealing
no.
you're dealing with people who are room temperature IQ
Mhm.
voting IQ.
The other day, I
would say
seen
me
a
too.
man and a woman, and they were asking him who they're voting for. The man was voting for Trump, and the woman was voting for Camelot there. And when they asked her why, they asked her first, "Oh, so you don't care for Trump?" And she goes, "Oh no, I like Trump." And they said, "Oh, but you're voting for Kamala?" And she's like, "Well, yeah, she's a woman, so I'm gonna vote for her." Oh, and
Yeah, I've
her
heard
and her
some-
husband's just looking at. I'm telling you what, I would be afraid to go to sleep if I said that. Man, I'm pretty sure Marvin would be like, "I'm fucking pillow treating your ass tonight." There's no fucking way. I'd lie. I would not tell him I'm voting. I don't know how people can do that. Like literally be married and say they're gonna vote for opposites. There's no fucking way that shit would go over in this house. Nope. Why would anybody have cable pieces? Oh fuck! I've
Like I said,
actually
this-
woke Marvin up in the middle of the night from him snoring. Well, I usually like throw one of the extra pillows at him, and he'll of course do that as he wakes up. And then I usually tell him, if you don't knock it off, I'm fucking pillow treating your ass. I'm telling you right now, I need some sleep.
It's so funny because I mean, unless you've been married a long, long time, do you really get that pun?
Oh my God.
In fact, my mother asked me the other day what I thought my husband might want for his birthday coming up. And I was a little bit out of sorts when she asked. So I said, I don't know, thicker pillows.
Mhm. I actually got that whole pillow treatment thing from a resident that that's what she used to when she would talk, and she'd say things about her husband or whatever. Her husband had been dead for years, but when my husband was alive, honey, that some bitch.
Did you ever ask her how he died?
Yeah, no, we don't go there. I want to be witness to nothing. She needed to just live out her life. He was gone. There wasn't much I could do to save him if that was the case. Exactly. Anyways, one flew over the cuckoo's nest. Whatever it takes. Better than the misery. I could have gone misery on him. Every time I think about that movie where she breaks his ankles, son of a bitch! What a
Ooh,
mean bitch!
misery. Yeah.
God, she was a mean bitch. And how she'd look at him. Oh,
They
just a minute.
they've got her on CBS now playing, well, kind of she's playing a lawyer, but she's not a lawyer. She's undercover as a lawyer.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember what she was calling herself. Matlock. Yeah.
Matlock.
Yeah.
Oh, now I got that theme song stuck in my head.
People snoring their cover. I don't know, Siegel. How would we know?
Oh.
I mean, if you can come up with someone that I can interview that lives in a coffin, I'll ask them.
Okay.
Man, there ain't no way.
Okay. It's Marv. He was on the road. When he calls and he's on the road, it's like I gotta answer because I don't know. I'm not sure about that pickup. So it's I'm not sure it's used to driving for 4 or 5 solid hours straight. So
Well, he's almost home then, ain't he?
no. He just left, but it's gonna be like a 5-hour trip almost. So, but he's like, oh, I just want to make sure what I'm getting for gas mileage. I'm like, really, honey? I'm doing a live. What is it that you want me to calculate for you right now?
Means that you got all the numbers, honey, and a cell phone.
He goes, well, I just want to know what I tried to hook him up so that he could have just MapQuest all the way from there to here. But that seemed to be too difficult for him. He couldn't seem to get that. So I said, okay, fine. He's like, I'm just going to get on I-5. I know how to fucking get home.
Yeah.
Do it. So but he wanted to know the mileage. And of course, he's in that rig that doesn't have any of that fang-dangled stuff. So he wanted to know what the mileage was when he left. And he said, I'll call you when I get to where I'm at so you can tell me the mileage then. Honey, okay, I'm not sure how you want me to do that, but I'll do my very best. All I got's a phone with a map on it that I'm not where you are. It's not going to give me the reading.
Yeah, like I don't even know how many gallons you got.
Right. But I mean, he'll figure all the shit out regarding the gallon, but I don't know how many miles. I mean, I guess you'll figure that out. When he gets to where he's at, I'll just plug it in here and then it'll tell me how many miles from there to there, I guess. But Jesus. What a pain in the ass. If you just learned how to push the start button on the map, we wouldn't be doing that. It was all right there. For fuck's sake. But that's okay. As long as he makes it home in one piece. He didn't sink in the Pacific. That was my biggest fear, is getting him off of that fucking ferry. That's why I didn't go. I was like, nope. I'm not, I seen too many reports on them fucking ferries and how they downgraded the maintenance, and no. Same reason I don't want to go on an airplane. No. I'll take my chances in the RV.
Oh, come on. It's just a nut in the boat flying apart. Ain't nothing wrong with
That's right.
that. It's just Boeing.
Only the door fell off. Hell.
I
what's
mean,
wrong with you?
yeah.
Can you imagine if there would have been a baby sitting in like one of the 3 or 4 or 5 seats right there, it would have sucked the baby right out that opening.
Oh my gosh.
It sucked the shoes and the shirt right off the guy that was sitting beside it. His shirt literally fucking sucked right off him. Can you imagine?
Just find a real fat person to plug the hole.
I would have.
And there's a lot of those in this country now. So,
Huh?
I said, just find a big fat person to plug the hole. There are plenty of those people around these days.
No shit. Who loves McDonald's the most? You, come here.
I'll give you a free McDonald's if you plug the hole.
Do it like an auctioneer and grab the first guy and be like, okay, I got one for $250. Do I got somebody with 300 pounds? 300 pounds. Any bigger than that? What do you got?
And if you're just the right size, we might be able to let you right out. We might be able to let you out right over McDonald's.
God, I can't eat that goy slop.
Oh gosh, I watched a video of the whole worms on the burger. I was done. Never again. I'm not ever.
Do
I don't
you really need to stay off the internet?
I'm never eating McDonald's again. Never. You can't know. And I love quarter pounders with cheese. I'm telling you what, I can do a double quarter pounder with cheese plain like nobody's business. Marvin looks at me and he goes, "Where the fuck do you put that?" Hell, he said, "I can't even eat one of those." I'm like, I don't know, but good.
Me and you,
I don't
Gutters,
eat anything else when I eat it.
me and you, Gutters. That's my sandwich of choice. That Mickey did. It was.
Yeah, was not no more. Ugh. Can't do it.
I mean,
Worms.
years and years ago, they weren't that bad, but now,
Oh, they're so bad. But most of them are. It's just McDonald's. I seen the video, and that was enough for me. That shit was so. Oh, the worms. Oh, they were bad. Oh, like, maybe it was maggots. I don't know.
oh,
But I know. But I want people know I'm not lying. So we should show them.
I still question whether that shit's food or not.
Right?
Oh, it is not. It is not.
There it is. Here we go. You just take a gander at this shit. Let's go. Yeah. It makes my stomach crawl.
Oh Lord.
Let's make her big.
It just looks like extra protein. I don't know what you guys are all worked up about.
Shut the hell up.
Yeah, it's all protein in the end. Like, geez.
Nah, that's gross. Ugh. I only like maggots for medical purposes.
Look at them fuckers. No way.
They probably put them on there for a lawsuit.
So as we speak, did you know that there is a place in Canada right now, and it's probably going to be here in the U.S. They're trying to perfect cricket snacks, bug snacks.
No, they already do. Do you know that red velvet cake is made out of red bugs?
Yeah, that's where the red dye comes from.
Mm.
Where your M&Ms could dyes come from? Candy
Yeah.
dyes?
I prefer it come from bugs than from like lead.
Yeah.
I don't want it to come from either.
You know, school bus yellow for years was made out of lead.
Well, just because you don't like them, Gigi,
I know, but they
mean
don't-
nobody can eat them. Come on. Other people eat
don't-
them
I
just
mean-
dipped in chocolate, just crunchy, just, right out of the garden, dipped in chocolate.
Like if you
Are
fry anything, dip it in chocolate, and throw much more like sugaring on it, it's
Well,
not
don't talk sugar with mouse. That's all it takes. You roll it in sugar, she's on it. But
Have any of
yellow. Okay, a yellow school bus. Most kids, and I say most, do not lick the paint off the school bus. So I'm okay if it's on the school bus. I don't give a shit. It's on the school bus.
as long as they just don't paint the short bus with it, you're okay.
I was gonna say, just don't. Not the retarded kids. Don't.
We
you
didn't
can't
turn
use the
out
short
too
bus.
bad, and everything we had was painted with lead paint. I mean,
I
not just
know.
our cribs, our walls, our chairs, our everything, the bathrooms, everything.
The
Now,
other day,
imagine how much different you would have been if you hadn't eaten all that lead.
the other day, Megan, my daughter-in-law came to me and she said, the rake and the hoe that we got Lou for his birthday that went with his little wheelbarrow?" And I said, "Yeah." And
Nice.
she goes,
You got your
"Well,
grandson a hoe for his birthday. That's
yes.
that's a great grandmother right there.
Yeah, well, I didn't. His dad got it for him. Thank you.
Oh,
Um,
that's a
but-
good dad. They
Yeah.
watch polls together.
That's right. She said, "Well, you got to take away the big rake and the big hoe." And I said, "Why?" And she said, "Because there's lead paint in the handles of them."
Wow.
I said, "Well, we weren't going to let him eat them. Was you?" She goes, "I know, but I can just all I have to do is they'll send us some more." I said, "Okay." So I told her, I'm just going to paint over the scary lead paint, so you're not worried about it, and he can still have that set too. I mean, really? You're going to
Well,
throw them away because
If the
there's lead?
handles are wood, just sand it off.
Well, you're not. I mean, they say
And
you should.
repaint it.
I mean, fucking just paint it. I mean, is he really going to do that much damage that it's going to chip paint off? I don't think so. They're not going to suck on it. It's a fucking rake.
Oh yeah, I remember my old house had asbestos siding on it.
And you would just
No.
walk out when your mom didn't give you food and just go start munching on the asbestos, right?
Right.
You're like, "Mom, I want a snack," and she'd be like, "No, you can't have one." And you've been
Funnily
fine.
enough, there was some.
Deciding.
Funnily
And
enough,
they-
there was some parts of it missing, like it broke off.
Y'all don't make fun of my lead chips now.
And they said corn-fed boys grew bigger. Ha! I beg to differ.
Look, I'm gonna come out with a chip flavor. It's gonna be the brand will be PB chips. It'll be lead flavored chips. To relive your childhoods.
All right, we're gonna spin this wheel.
It's
Somebody wants a
flatty,
gift
flatty
card.
against flatty against flatty against flatty against flatty.
Flatty against, right? Flatty. We should just give her a gift card. I think I should just do that. I mean, as many times as she's guessed all the stuff. Plus, I'm pretty sure she bought out my store like 3 times. All right, here we go. We're spinning for a $10 gift card to Top Quality Shirts, and the website is back up and going, and all the good things. They're done doing whatever it was they needed to do with it. So here we go.
And as per usual, the offer always stands. If they don't want the gift card to Top Quality Shirts, they can have a gift card to my website. Lowest
Joey!
lowest quality print.
Joey's gonna.
Joey.
Hey,
It's not even fair.
well, I have to tell you that he's gonna tell me this way. He's gonna say, I don't want that fucking gift card, Gutters. Well, then he's going to say spin it again. So guess what we're doing? We're spinning again because I know he's going to say that's bullshit. Watch, now it'll land on flip. Why? You just, that's the second one you won. Are you serious?
It'll be a walking billboard for Gutter's Pub.
No doubt. I want to see some merch on your ass, Fly. So he needs to email me. Do I have his email? I don't know if I do. Right on. So yeehaw. Congrats, y'all. Yeah.
Yay.
But it does seem kind of weird, man. He got it twice. Makes you wonder how they do that. I mean, how it's all blubbered up. Okay, just for shits and giggles, we're gonna push it.
Whenever I come back from the range, Baxter helps me clean my firearms. He licks all the lead off. I like him to live like a real child of the ages.
Charlie.
Oh, Harley.
Okay, we're done playing.
I was picturing
We
Drew
played.
Carey saying, "Come on, spin the wheel. Don't go over $1."
No whammies.
No whammies. Oh gosh, that seems like 100 years ago.
And the sound of that stupid
You
wheel.
did just miss it, Flatty.
And the sound of that stupid wheel on the process right there.
Yes, that was making that noise. Didn't you hear it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but nobody guessed the price.
No, but that's right, Bob Barker.
And we're gonna be playing for a brand new car.
I
went
like
to
Bob
the-
Barker.
I took Pops to the hospital the other day to his doctor's visit. Brand new hospital. They just built it. I go in the wound care clinic and they're playing The Price is Right from 1986 on the
Oh my
TV.
Makes you feel like skipping school, huh?
Yeah. And Bob Barker was on there and I'm like, wait, what?
Hey, Sharon.
Are we in 2024? What is this?
No doubt. Wait, what the hell?
Yeah. Like I walked back in time in a time hole or something.
Well, this day and age, I put nothing past. I mean, I literally, I put nothing. I almost worry sometimes we just like live in a parallel universe.
I'm telling you.
Circles.
I think
Something
we
seems
slipped into a
funky.
new one.
Oh, I'm telling you, it does seem weird.
Maybe the what was it, the Mayan calendar? Maybe they were right, and everything ended in 2012.
Everything normal. Maybe it was everything normal ended in 2012.
Oh no, maybe like the world ended and we just slipped into another timeline. Like,
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, like we're just in the
Maybe.
fucked up part. We're in the
just
part where they
onward.
went. We're in the part where heaven wasn't gonna take us, and hell said, "Fuck no." So
oh, we're in purgatory.
here. Yeah, we're in
Sick.
purgatory forever.
Satan
I-
didn't have no room.
That's right. Same way, same way. You know what? You sons of bitches are gonna corrupt my hell. Get the fuck out of here. No way.
Yeah, get out of here.
That's right.
Nah, you guys can go back to Earth. I'm good. I don't want any of you.
You humans are too much. You can't come here. What's up, Oilers? Joe Biden is the price. Right,
Joe Biden is standing there. Oh, Joe, say your lines.
I like ice cream. The way I mean, chocolate is my favorite.
Mom always said, oh wait, wrong movie.
You
Tom was like one of the model ladies.
Somebody said they thought Jim Carrey was actually playing Biden. And that's why that one picture where he's way taller than Joe. They're like, that's not Joe Biden. That's fucking Jim Carrey. I'm like, well, maybe. At this
Stunt
point, I'm
double.
telling you what, I don't go, oh bullshit, because you know what? It may very well be.
Could be. It could be. Stunt double.
They always had one for the queen and all the royals. They had stand-ins that would walk around the yard and wave. People
Well,
didn't know
think
the
about
difference.
the masks that they have nowadays. I mean, them sons of bitches look real.
Joe Biden or
It's like Mission Impossible. The masks and everything.
Right?
Oh, I'm trying to think of that comedian guy that does a good Donald Trump. I can't think of his name.
Shane Gillis.
That might be him.
Are you talking about when they did Trump and Biden on Kill Tony?
Yes.
That was Shane Gillis and Adam Ray. Adam Ray was doing.
Oh God, that was.
He's the guy who does Dr. Phil and a bunch of other characters. Yeah, if anybody is into that stuff, that was a really good couple of episodes with Shane Gillis doing Trump and Biden and being Adam Ray, or Adam Ray being Biden.
Conspiracy theories are just spoilers for real life.
It's true.
Yep.
I'm trying to find that Joe Biden, Jim Carrey thing. It was pretty good, man, when you looked at Jim Carrey versus Stinky Finger Joe. It's like, damn.
All good. I hope that after next couple of months, I don't have to talk about Joe Biden ever anymore. And I don't have to talk about Kamala Harris anymore. Or Tim Walz.
Right.
God, that guy is weird. Talk about weird. That dude is weird.
I bet everybody at CBS quit after the election.
Well, you had a bunch of celebrities saying, "Oh, we're gonna move if he gets elected." Good move.
Yeah, absolutely.
Holy shit, he looks real.
Watch this shit.
We're not mad at them. We have to act graciously in victory, though. We need to
What
Dude.
the fuck?
Yeah.
go forward together. Unfortunately, there are situations in life, and this is one of them, where there must.
It just blows me away. I
That
can't
move.
even believe it. Like
Yeah,
that
maybe-
ain't Joe Biden.
be a winner and loser.
He does the faces and everything.
Oh my God. That is just crazy to me. I can't even believe it.
Wow.
We're not mad at them. We have to act graciously in victory, though.
Wow. Crazy.
Yeah, Dana Carvey. That was the one I was trying to remember.
Joe wishes he could speak that well. Yeah.
Right.
Well, I seen something the other day where they've got these synthetic masks that once they put it on,
Oh,
You
yeah,
can't
you
tell
can.
them.
Yeah, it moves with him and everything. That's what I think Jim Carrey, that's what I think they put on him. Watch this. I don't know what this guy says.
I'll point them out as we go. Watch the arm timing.
I don't know what he's doing.
I'll hold you to it. I'm free on the 7. That's 7.
The synchronicity, it's too much to be a coincidence.
7. That's 7.
Hand railing.
Reach to the top.
It's such a good movie, man.
Joe would do that too.
Here, this is
Even the blue doorways here. Come on.
He wants to think all of it's way too much alike. I mean, it's way too far. I'm sorry.
So you're
but
What do you
not-
think the chances are? 1 out of 100? Maybe 1.
the writers are they're just reusing old content.
So you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah.
Here, this is the Kill Tony.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the current, truly the real president.
So if you don't know what this show is, this is a show called Kill Tony, where they give random bucket pull names comedians like a minute to do a show and to do a stand-up bit, and they have actual comedian on like a panel to talk to them and make fun of them. The actual bass player in the back is blind, and so this episode he had him on. This guy Adam.
You did what we all did. You get up here, you go for it. You do it. You did it.
Twice?
3.
3 times you got married.
Honestly, that's not that bad.
Did I get you?
We lost
Yeah.
the stream.
Yeah, my bad.
Oh, shit.
Well, whatever.
Hang
I'll
on
post
a
it.
minute, It'll come back.
Oh, no.
I'll stop. But yeah, I'll post it. People can check it out.
Jesus
Fucking
Christ,
YouTube.
YouTube.
Commie toe bastard.
Fucking.
I
hell.
wasn't pausing, but we were stopped. We were talking about it.
Oh my God.
We were
fucking-
laughing. Damn it, YouTube. YouTube asshole.
We were
We're
making
not
plenty
making
of
money
noise
off
over
of it, YouTube. Go suck a fat dick.
No doubt. Is it back
Jesus
yet?
Christ.
I'm waiting. Hold on. Not yet.
Can't fucking stand this platform sometimes, man.
I know, pisses me off. It sucks because this is where everybody's at too. If you know,
Mm-hmm.
yep, it does. Quick, someone pour a glass of wine and set it out on the table. Lure get her back every time.
I was enjoying that, damn it.
I
I
was
know, I
too.
was too.
Yeah, that was good.
Right? We'll just tell each other dirty jokes then. Fine. Tits and ass now, YouTube.
Yes.
See, you should have just let us stick with fucking Stinky Finger Joe and Trump.
Snake finger. Oh God.
To trip over the extension. No, is it not back yet? Damn.
Nope, still waiting.
It's because we're talking shit about YouTube. Fuck you, YouTube.
Yeah.
Fuck YouTube.
Let's challenge
You
them.
can all
and
go
tell
choke
them
on
no.
a dick.
Hold out. Suck a big fat one. No, I hope. God, oh, realize it. She's off the air. Yep. Hold, please. Mm.
I can't we unplug Gigi and plug her back. Good dog.
No, hold. Holy moly,
I
it'll
don't
come
go
back.
to work.
What the hell?
Usually
You
it
know
comes
what I
back.
don't. What
There
I
it
don't.
comes
Yeah,
back.
There you go.
There we are.
It
We're
just
back.
came
We're
back.
back. We're
There
back.
it is.
What
Hello,
pisses-
y'all. We're back.
Hey, we're back.
I'm sorry, everybody. I posted the video to Discord in the Gutter's pub thing,
So you
so
can finish watching. it.
everybody can finish watching. They can
Hold
watch
what-
the full
what-
episodes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Daddy YouTube.
Yeah, fucking
I'm not
YouTube
sorry. You can go suck
sucks.
one.
That's
Mhm.
right.
I just wanted to laugh. That's all.
CommieTube, you suck.
You can suck a fat one, YouTube.
That's right.
big asshole.
We have
I mean,
returned.
does that kind of insult work anymore? I mean, a lot of people like to do that now.
What? Insult
Men
people?
and women like sucking dick. So is that really an insult to these people at this point?
Right.
Only if they lean right. If they lean left, then it's not an insult.
Yeah.
Then they're like, "Oh yes, please. Are you offering? Would you like to give or would you like to receive?"
You know what it amazes me is like we can go to Discord and we can show that shit all day long, but you can't show it on YouTube. Like there, I matter of fact, I think we could probably put it on Twitter, but you can't show it.
So there are a bunch of us that watch that show. Like I've streamed it into Discord a few times, but yeah, on Monday nights. But I won't restream it onto. I just figured since it was like 6 months old, and it wouldn't cause an issue. But
oh yeah, I'm sure I'll have to go in and take it out because they're gonna.
Like,
they've already sent me an email. I'm sure. We need to slap you on the ass. It's like, well, good. Pull my hair too, fuckers.
The Daily Wire, Am I Racist? That movie. It's coming on their streaming service on Monday of next week. I probably watch it in Discord with if anybody's interested.
What
is that? That Matt Walsh video?
The Matt Walsh, Am I Racist?
Yeah.
But so we use Discord. It's been the best way that I've found for sharing video and streaming things as a group. We can do watch together too. That's an option. But just streaming into Discord works better.
Yeah. Well.
But yeah, so the two of them. Sorry.
It wasn't like somebody was my son the other day was actually talking about what you'd always said before about, well, we could stream into Discord and then you could stream to your YouTube. Remember what
yeah, but I couldn't. Well, oh no, I was saying like if you wanted, I think we're talking about like instead of using StreamYards, you could use just a Discord call, and because there were people that'll join Discord, but we were talking mostly about Tony at the time, but would join Discord call but not join the stream.
That's what it was.
But yeah, I mean, it's not going to stop you from like getting a
copyright strike.
A copyright strike, even if I'm streaming something through Discord. The only thing about the Discord streaming is it allows us to like share stuff and not have to be on YouTube or wherever.
Right.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really, I mean, it doesn't give me a strike. It just says you know, this could be monetized or they may block it until I fix it. Like I either got to change it out with some other music but they never actually give me a strike for copyrights.
Yeah. I mean, I've only streamed a few times and I've never gotten a strike because I intentionally made sure not to use anything.
Well, it's not really a strike. It's just it's
like a warning or whatever.
Well, if it'll block it in certain territories or it'll block it in all territories. Yeah. But past that, it takes the ad money away. Not the super chats and all that, but the ad money. That's all it takes.
Sometimes it won't do any of that. Sometimes it won't even block it anywhere. It'll just say you got a copyright, and it won't even say that they want to share monetization. It actually says you can monetize, but it still has a copyright on it. So it's like, okay, what the fuck ever. I just let them do them. The only time I do anything with them is if they stop my channel, like they won't let it go, or they blocked that last one, and I had to take out Dave Chappelle shit. So I didn't.
Yeah.
What the fuck ever.
Yeah, I saw people talking about that in the Discords, but yeah. So the Shane Gillis and Adam Ray, they ended up doing that again. I think once or twice more on Kill Tony. The first time they did that, where those clips were from, Shane Gillis had a lot of trouble keeping his face like straight and not cracking up, but he pulled himself together the second time and was able to be super straight faced and like just play the character.
That was fun.
But it was really funny.
He cracked. I love the ones that where they have a hard time holding it. I mean, that's when you know it's funny shit, when the character is having a hard time keeping his shit together.
I can't even look at him.
He could not look at that other kid. He could not look at him. If he
Oh,
looked at him,
that's
he was
right,
going to
Big
die
Dog.
laughing.
I was supposed to tell you about a new T-shirt I got, but I don't remember it, Big Dog. You'll have to come up and tell the
Drill,
whole story.
baby,
I don't
drill.
remember. Yeah. Army Vet had said something to the wait. Who was it? Maybe it was you, Outlaw.
What I do?
But the conversation came around that it was about low because we had a low birth rate.
Oh yeah, yeah. He got me on that one.
I don't even remember what we were so deep in that conversation. I don't remember, but yeah, drill, baby, drill.
Well, now you guys are going to have to tell me. You might have to put it into a T-shirt.
But basically, it stemmed from. So what you're saying is, what was it?
Like low birthquake? Question mark. Drill, baby, drill. I don't know. What are you talking?
Yeah.
Then
What was he
women
talking?
need to quit working and go have babies.
Outlaw suggested we make more babies, and AV went to town on it. So I said it gives new meaning to drill, baby, drill.
Yeah, the declining birth rates subject come up, and what was it? We was talking about Roe v. Wade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I gave them my opinions on what I thought it was, and then
All these enlightened women murdering their own children.
right,
Same.
and then was it AV that brought out the drill, baby, drill, or was that
No,
Big
it
Dog?
was Big Dog Mom that said that puts a new meaning to drill, baby, drill.
Oh my god! Yeah, you're right though, Arby.
It needs to be on a T-shirt.
That's freaking hilarious. We'll have to come up with something like how to. Because sometimes presenting the T-shirt, trying to put it in the right spot and where everything should be, that can sometimes be a little tricky as to where everything should go. I've made them look really stupid and went, okay, that ain't gonna work. It doesn't even look right. Like, especially when it's something like this where there's two pieces to it or something.
Yeah.
We could just do drill, baby, drill and put a baby beside it.
There you go.
A bunch of babies like shooting up out of the oil. That'd be funny as shit. Loki says, totally support that version of drill, baby, drill. It does. It needs to be a song. What, shall we make an AI song for it?
This was also. I'm not going to show this one. Don't want to get you in more trouble, but I'm posting another link to another character Adam Ray did on Kill Tony that was also very funny.
Okay.
But I don't even know how he was able to get that one past YouTube for the show, because that one was really offensive. He played a Jeremy. Jeremy definitely rode the short bus.
Oh man, that's great.
They were so mad at me over posting the Chappelle stuff that I post. Oh my god, YouTube was so pissed. Oh yeah, you need. I mean, like it was just the really short skit too, and it was where. What was he doing? I think he had like cocaine all over his face or something. I don't know.
I must have left after you started playing that.
Probably.
Yeah,
I
I
only
was
went
gone
for
before
8
that.
fucking hours.
And I stayed a lot longer than I usually do, and even I missed out on that.
Uh-huh.
I was tired.
I was like, damn, I know she didn't notice me leave. You fucker.
I did too. Fucker.
Yeah. Don't.
A
And
lot
you
of
said
times
you
I
play.
just hate interrupting, like somebody will be talking, and so it's like, and then somebody else will talk, and then and then if I do try to interrupt, they just start talking over the top of me. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm just not going to say anything at this point.
Like
usually it's
reply to
long.
private chat, like, oh, I gotta go. Bye.
Yeah, and sometimes I'll catch that, and sometimes I'll totally miss private chat. I do that frequently.
Kathy made me leave you a message in back chat, but you can ignore it if you want. I didn't say you had to read it. I just said I would leave it.
I know. I got to get going on it. I'm gonna hear.
Man.
Yeah. Mouse says, "Shut the hell up, cat."
Knock it off, Kathy. Just
Hush your mouth. Okay, what do we want the lyrics to say? I got drill, baby, drill. But what do we want the lyrics to say? Come on.
You're writing a song? I thought this was a shirt.
Make more babies.
Just say drill, baby, drill, repopulate.
Yeah, that would be good.
Let's go. I swear.
Hey, Wanda.
I love that you can do online order ahead at places. It's wonderful.
I still gotta drive there.
So you can't do delivery from where I just ordered stuff from.
I can't get delivery from even a pizza place, not even a crappy pizza place.
It's not food, but it makes it so nice when you go to a store and you don't have to wait in line. You just like go to the takeout line, basically. Oh, it's wonderful. When they text me when my order's ready, show up. I'm like, here's your money.
Worry about burning any fat as well. I mean, I'm just saying.
I'm still physically going there. What fat burning does it save?
It saves you from burning any fat.
Why would I burn fat shopping?
You would burn fat if you went shopping. When
this
you
is not the supermarket.
It's not
This is the kind of store that you go to and you just like walk up to the counter and you're like, oh yes, thank you. I would like this, this, and this.
Go. Okay.
Look, I'm just saying, stores that sell stuff that you smoke are much more useful than the guy who lives in a trailer, a half hour away.
You make it sound so shady.
I mean, it was shady. I don't know what to tell you. Now it's not so shady. Now I just go to the store. I put in an order ahead of time. I get a text message when it's ready. I'm running over. I pick it up. It's 10 minutes away. I'm back in 15 minutes. It's perfect. I don't have to drive out to the boonies and back on some dude's land that has a bunch of trailers that aren't supposed to be back there.
Oh,
at least 3 of them are being used to cook meth.
Yeah.
It's a lot safer this way, physically, legally.
Foiled up in the.
I definitely don't feel like I need to protect myself with any firearms or whatever on my way there these days. It's great. I could probably even get Baxter like a little vest and take him in with me. Right, Baxter, you want to go to the drugstore with me?
That is true, Big Dog Mod. He does have 12 kids. Drill, baby, drill, Elon.
Look, Elon is one of, as was he said on Flavor, I think it was on Flavor 2, Elon is one of the best African Americans I've ever met. Well, I never met him, but that's what he's saying to Trump. Is he your favorite African American? Trump's like, I'm not going to answer that one.
Yeah, big old baby daddy.
Yeah, Big Dog Ma. We voted earlier today.
Yeah, we done grilled him, big dog. We know what he voted. We're sure of it.
I mean, it doesn't really matter though. We talked about this.
Well, we were just telling you to go back tomorrow and just make sure they remember what your vote is, and then go back the next day and make sure they remember what your vote is. Don't let them forget.
I don't know. I could see Maryland changing. I mean, the Eastern Shore and Western Maryland. The problem is you have so many of these DC people that live in Southern Maryland and Baltimore. So, I mean, I think I've mentioned this on a stream before, but like I was talking to a coworker about the Senate candidates, and the two Senate candidates are one lady who's, basically running the I'm a Black Democrat who has done local politics stuff, and the other is guy who was the governor but was a Republican governor, but he's a Republican governor from a very blue state who is like very anti-Trump,
He's a rhino anyway. Might as well be a Democrat.
Exactly. And so they're basically going, well, if he gets elected, he's just going to do whatever Trump wants if Trump gets elected. So we need to vote for the black woman because A, we're black women, and B, Kamala's a black woman and black women rule, and C, if we vote for a Republican and the Republican votes for and Trump wins, then obviously they're going to do whatever he wants. And I'm like, you guys just were like a month ago telling me how much you liked Hogan and he was a great governor even though he was a Republican and all that. And it's like, for me, if I felt like they did about politics, I'd rather have somebody who's a Republican who is a rhino that has the ability to pull the Republican Party, like Manchin did with the Democrats the past few years, as opposed to just another like sycophant Democrat who's just going to do whatever the party leaders tell her to do.
Well, yeah, they're less likely just to vote on the party ticket, but I don't know. I'm really sick of the rhinos too. Rhinos are part of the problem.
Oh no, I agree with you. I
think it was because of the rhinos that the Republicans don't take up for each other. It's like they're scared to.
Well, because too many of the rhinos, are just part of the uniparty. They're not interested in actually like standing for anything. They just exist to, continue to enrich their class.
Yeah.
But that's, I don't know. But that's what I say. At the end of the day, it's very hard for people that have grown up or are connected to like these elite systems to view it the way that like the rest of the world does, which is why all these people that grow up in like Chevy Chase and like Silver Spring in Northern Virginia and all these places that are surrounding all these like DC elite stuff, they're never going to see the world any differently, which is why Maryland is always going to be a blue state.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I think for like people that live in Maryland, it would be so much better off if DC was a state and you could just give all those like counties around DC to DC. They could do their thing. And then, Western Maryland and Southern Maryland or the Eastern Shore could outvote Baltimore's idiocy.
Well, AV had a point. And when he said, it does look like that what turns a person blue is, living in the inner cities, not having actual, yards, land, property, shit that the government just keeps taxing our asses on.
Yeah.
Well, that's the whole argument about like you can't just make houses and give them to like homeless people and stuff like that. If people don't have ownership in something, you don't take care of it. And I've seen that. There's a lot of truth to that. I saw that in my own life. Like, I am very frustrated right now because I need to do something about the carpet in the basement. Ideally, I want to get it ripped out and get rid of it, or rip it out myself and get rid of it and put down like some vinyl.
Just shave it.
Easier to maintain.
Shave it.
Sorry,
You paint it green like Gigi does the
Don't you worry. I don't need any advice on manscaping, Gigi. I'm good.
Wow.
You go let Marv know what he should be doing. Or help him out for that matter. Help him out
for you. Sorry.
Help him out. Help Marv out, Give him a little happy ending.
His is shaved and good. It's all trimmed up and good to go.
I can't even have a serious conversation without talking about somebody's junk. So what is it? This is Gutter'S Pub.
Landscaping of the junk, but okay, sure.
Sorry, the landscape, the
Everybody
area
likes
around the
nice trimmed
junkyard.
lawn.
Look, I just can't see the forest for the trees. All right, that's my problem.
Oh wow.
We'll trim that shit.
But yeah, but I need to rip out the carpet. But like, when I lived in the apartment complex in Got Baxter, I didn't give a shit. I was like, whatever, it's not my carpet, it's their problem. Now I'm like, this is all my problem. I need like vinyl flooring of some kind so I can easily sweep up and clean it up. Fuck this carpet shit.
I agree.
So that's why I say, even for myself, who is a relatively responsible person, I'd like to think, I find that ownership changes the way I approach things for sure.
Yep.
So.
But I think it's harder to get those people to understand what rights are gone because they don't feel that. Like, they don't have a fear of the government taking over their land or upping their property tax, things like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, look, that's part of the problem with all this. So we're going to promise to pay shit off for, you if you vote for us. Like, I describe it constantly as vote buying, and, people, I have friends that get upset when I say, look, you're just voting for, her because she promised this. And you've openly said to me, I'm only voting for the Democrats because they promised to pay off my student loans. And I was like, you only see it as them just paying off your student loans because you're not a net taxpayer. You make so little money that you don't pay a significant amount of taxes. But if you were like a significant taxpayer and had responsibilities, and you would see this very clearly as a burden being placed on you, not as a handout like that's making your life better.
Right.
He was saying the same thing about like the home payment thing that they're talking about, $25K. And first of all, he is missing the point that it's for first-time home buyers, like in your entire family, not just you personally. But
right.
He also doesn't seem to get the point that, like, sure, maybe, it helps him in that moment, if he doesn't have 25K sitting around, but it's a tax break. It's not like 25K in cash. Right. And so he still needs to be able to come up with a down payment. And all it's going to turn into is people charging, 25K more for a house in a low income area where people that are first time home buyers buy. It's not going to turn into some magical thing where tons of people can buy. And the other side of that is that you're going to have people that buy using that, but don't have good incomes. And 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now, they're going to end up defaulting on that mortgage because they're going to have an income issue.
Yeah. And the banks get to take it right back and sell it for the same price again.
Mm-hmm. So I was trying to explain to him how there are long-term implications of these decisions. And you can't just look at the short-term, oh yeah, it's going to help me now. Sometimes it's better not to just make a short-term decision that helps you and makes you feel better. You have to put in the effort to get to the good outcome in the long term for, it to actually be valuable. And he just blew me off. But that's what they're selling short-term, oh, this is going to help you with this is going to help you with that. But they don't in any way, see it as, people don't realize that they're selling themselves out. When you sign up for all this monetary printing, it was bad enough that it happened over all this COVID stuff. It never should have happened, and I don't know how you rectify that. But beyond even just that, they don't realize all these giveaway shit. They're like, oh well, my student loans got paid off. Well, yeah, but you're not fixing anything in the long term. You're just kicking the can down the road.
Exactly.
It's the same thing with the immigration shit. They're all like, oh well, we need to, we need people and we need immigration and we want to be the good people. But at the end of the day, you just keep, if you just keep amnestying people, but don't deal with the border issue, or keep giving people stays, even if you're not actually amnestying them and giving them citizenship, you're just inviting more people to come. You're not solving anything. I'm so sick of all these people on the left when you listen to them talk about the border and they're like, well, we need to deal with the illegal people that are here before we figure out what's, the border. It's like, no, first you shut the border and we stop people from showing up, and then you can, worry about what we do with the people that are here. I mean, I may have different opinions. I may want to get rid of all these people. I may, someone else may say, get rid of everyone.
Leak. It's just like a water leak. If it's leaking profusely, the first thing you do is go out and you turn off the main source to the water. Because otherwise, you're going to crack that pipe open and water's still going to flood through.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing at the border. You have to shut it down and then assess what we got and what to do.
Yep. Well, this is why on an airplane they say you need to put your mask on if the depressurization happens. If it depressurizes, you need to put your oxygen mask on before the person next to you. You know, if you spend so much time trying to help somebody else, both going to eat it if you can't help yourself.
Howdy, Ike.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, yeah.
I've got my
What's
coffee.
going on?
You got your coffee. Me too. I need to go get some more though, because mine's cold now.
It's a little bit less Irish than I'd like.
Yeah. Mine's a little less sweet than I'd like.
I need to send myself a picture.
All right.
What are we talking about? I heard something about oxygen masks and airplanes crashing.
Oh, I was just talking, but I was mostly the last point I was making was that, you need to take care of yourself first. And so all these people that are just asking for handouts and, from a government instead of learning how to take care of themselves are just screwing themselves over.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that should be our the policy positions of almost every politician is America first. Let's stop sending goddamn money to Ukraine or to Israel and just start and stop spending money on the fucking migrants coming in here. Let's give money to people that need it. If we are giving money to people, let's give money to Americans.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think all this foreign aid crap is stupid.
It is.
Yeah,
Very stupid.
if saying that we need to take care of Americans first makes me a white supremacist, then goddamn I'm a white supremacist. You heard it here first, folks.
I mean, clearly you only want to take care of the white Americans. I mean, obviously that's implied by you saying Americans. Like, come on. Americans can only be in one color.
No, Americans are in 3 colors, and that's red, white, and blue.
Ooh. I don't know. I like the red ones. All those commie ones. They're the best kind. See, I see you wearing your red shirt.
No, it's a Bucky shirt. American.
I don't know.
I've also got my Bucky's coffee mug. I wish I was wearing my Bucky's hat.
I never understood though. Like, did Bucky start down in Texas, or where's Bucky start?
Yes,
because beavers are a Texas thing, or
Bucky started in Texas.
But beavers are Bucky. The mascot's beaver, right?
Yes, Bucky.
It's like the beaver nuggets and all that. Are there beavers in Texas? I never saw any beavers when I was in Texas.
I honestly couldn't tell you. I've lived in Oregon, and we're literally the beaver state, and I've only seen a beaver once, and that was in the goddamn zoo.
Yeah, I've read all these stories about, I forget, Idaho or something where they, airdrop beavers to try and move them away from these stories, and now the beavers reforested some areas or something by making their lakes and stuff. But
the closest thing to a beaver I've seen in the wild here is a nutria, which is a beaver with a rat tail. So it looks like a giant rat, and it crawled out of a lake and it came at me, and I'm like, what the hell is this thing?
Hey,
did it have wood when it was coming at you?
I'm fixing to ruin.
Wood?
Yeah, did it have wood when it was coming at you? Then you definitely need to run.
Well, it is Oregon. Well, it is Oregon. It was probably a gay beaver.
I'm fixing to ruin. I'm fixing to ruin vanilla for people.
Oh, I know where you're going with this. Yeah. I know where you're going with this. Please don't. Please don't. No, don't do it. No. Don't do it.
What are we ruining?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
You take a guess where vanilla
flavoring
vanilla. And it involves beavers. Hey, I'll do you one better. Go look it up, chat. Meet me back here in about 2 seconds. Go look it up. Vanilla flavoring.
No, it's not. It does come from vanilla bean, but the fake vanilla. Guess where that comes from?
Yeah, go ahead and Google that real quick, guys. Outlaw,
So-
you fucking asshole! You're never coming back here. Get out of here. You need an
I'm just
exorcism.
never
performed.
buying fake vanilla ever again.
Maybe we should not be buying fake anything. I mean, generally as a
Right?
policy.
Agree.
Outlaw, you need an exorcism performed on you. What kind of sick shit is that? Don't ask me how I figured
Yeah,
it
we
out.
already settled on the fact that we're all in purgatory, so you don't need to worry about that.
That's right. We are.
If we're all
If
on
this
the
is
short
hell,
bus, I
if
want a
this is
window
hell, I'd
seat.
never want to die.
Oh no, we decided earlier they sent us back to purgatory. We didn't belong in hell. The world ended in 2012 with the Mayan calendar, and this is
No, oh, whoa. No, the world ended when Harambe died. All this bad stuff didn't start happening until after Harambe died.
I've heard that theory as well.
Harambe was a good gorilla.
He didn't
God
deserve
rest
it.
his soul.
Are you seriously talking about a gorilla?
No, so my theory is the kid that got into Harambe's cage is going to be the next Hitler, and Harambe was doing us a favor.
I just wanted to see a giant gorilla rip a kid apart.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm not sure that we should have let
This is why it's a good thing I'm usually at work, not on Coffee Club. I forgot we're on Coffee Club, not the Gutter'S Pub.
That's the first thing I wanted to hear after getting out of bed. I wanted to see a gorilla rip a kid apart.
How are you?
And Gutter's over here trying to get the panel back on track.
It's like the last time I invite Arby back. He just makes too much trouble. He's getting the copyrights.
Oh my God.
He's offending the other panelists.
Oh my God. A gorilla ripping a kid apart. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. I'm gonna tell you, it's funny as fuck when you're walking around in the zoo and you see one of them clapping another one's cheek. That shit's hilarious.
One time,
oh my God.
One time we were at the zoo and they had all these. There was part of the chimpanzees that were kind of under cover instead of outside with the other ones. And oh God, I'll tell my story in a minute. This is Marv checking in for his mileage count. I'll be right back.
Yeah, you know what the real freaks are, though.
He's checking in because we're talking about gorillas ripping kids apart.
I'm just walking through the zoo, and next thing I see is Harambe's cousin over there clapping cheeks in the zoo exhibit, and I'm like, these little kids are walking by looking at it like, Mom, what's that? The son, come on. We don't need to see that. Come on.
Yeah, and then they get to the dolphins and they see the dolphin playing with a dead fish very aggressively. And she's got more explaining to do.
You ever seen that meme?
Playing with?
Yeah, playing with, exactly.
You ever seen that meme of the Magic School Bus where that one picture of Miss Frizzle taking the kids to see a fish and that fish nuts on them or something? What does that mean? Miss Frizzle took the kids to get nutted on by a fish, and it's like the kids are in the bottom of the sea or something. That shit was so funny.
I saw a thing recently where I can't remember where I saw this, but it was somebody said that they went and they were studying penguins. And they hid their penguin study when they found out that the penguins were in gay relationships, having gay intercourse, and also necrophilia and stuff. They're like, I can't let people know that penguins do this shit.
Oh man,
the animal kingdom is rough. It's rough out there.
Yeah,
people don't
rough
realize
like a dog, like a dog says, right? Rough.
I was watching
rough like what I. No, I'm not going to go there.
Man, I was watching a video on TikTok yesterday of a fucking white parrot killing a rabbit.
Wait. Wait, hold on. You go on TikTok? I've lost all respect for you now.
Well, whatever that shorts videos is on YouTube, I don't guess that's TikTok, but whatever the shorts videos are.
It's YouTube Shorts, so a little bit, still no respect, but a little bit less. But a little bit more.
At least it's not a Chinese app.
Yeah, whatever the shorts videos are that you get on YouTube, that's what I was watching. Anyway, it was a fucking white little ferret chasing down a rabbit in the woods in the snow, and it was killing that rabbit and it had blood all over its face.
Oh my god.
That's so sadistic. Oh my goddamn, that's sadistic. Little white ferret just had blood all over its mouth chasing that rabbit.
Hey, ferrets gotta eat.
Ferrets gotta eat.
Ferrets gotta eat.
We sit on the back porch and watch a cat that lives somewhere back there murder birds and mice and things on a regular basis.
Golly, man. Hey, raw meat is the best meat. No, it's funny because you just see that rabbit screaming and the ferret like trying to kill it, and the next thing you see is the ferret's face pop up with blood all over its mouth.
Now I'm having flashbacks to watching Monty Python and the Holy Grail. That rabbit's got a vicious streak a mile wide. Look at the bones.
Holy hand grenade! Blow the holy hand grenade!
They were so ahead of their time, like in the Life of Brian with the brother that's
the
gonna be his sister.
The transgender conversation was hilarious in that movie. And then the song "Always Look on the Bright Side of Life," fucking hilarious.
It's so sad you can't make shit like that anymore.
She's a killer rabbit. Don't go near it. Oh, what you complaining about?
What is it? It's like, there it is. He's like, what's behind the rabbit? No, it is the rabbit. I love the line. One of the only ad-lib lines in that movie was John Cleese. He's like, some people call me Tim because he forgot his line.
Oh my god! And then you just see that rabbit fly out of nowhere and grab that dude's neck and start biting.
The funny part is they found somebody with a rabbit. They rented the rabbit, and then they put the fake blood on the rabbit and didn't realize that it was going to stain the rabbit's fur. They couldn't get it off.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
It's like Monty Python and the Holy Grail is like one of the best independent films ever. Like the movie was actually funded by like Pink Floyd.
Oh my god.
It's like I have a short list. I have a short list of my favorite films, and Monty Python and the Holy Grail is at the top of that list every time.
I don't know. Every time somebody talks about Monty Python, I think about the one that I remember the most is where the woman, they had like, I don't know, 50 kids. And she's standing you know what I'm going to say? She's standing in the kitchen and the baby drops out and her daughter's standing there with her. And she's like, honey, will you get that? And she reaches down, grabs the baby, throws the baby in a thing. It was the weirdest freaking thing.
Oh my god! They're Catholic. They start singing the song "Every Sperm Is Sacred," and then they have a scene where the kids are going into the house, and there's a line of kids down the block walking into the house.
I mean, this is crazy as hell.
That was a movie. That was from a fish. I think it's a fish called Wanda. I think no, The Meaning of Life. That's Monty Python. The Meaning of Life is what that one's from.
Oh my gosh, that's the one I remember. Every time somebody says Monty Python, that's the one I think of. And then I remember the part where they've got file cabinets at the window and they're shooting them out at each other like it's a war between. I don't remember exactly what the whole thing is, but
I know that one. I don't think that's a Monty Python sketch, but I think that was done by Terry Gilliam. That was a short film that was done by Terry Gilliam. That one's actually pretty good. I can't remember what it's called. It was actually a short film that went before a different movie, and I can't remember what movie. I think it went before Meaning of Life. So they made the Terry Gilliam short film that played before the comedy movie Meaning of Life.
See, that's what sticks in my head is the file cabinet war or whatever the hell it was, and then that little girl grabbing the baby.
If I remember,
it drops out with the umbilical cord, and she's standing there doing dishes. I'm like, oh my god.
One of my favorite ones was, I think it's from the same film, was the guy that gorges himself at the restaurant. He gets like really fat, and then fuck, what's his name? The waiter comes out and is like, can I interest you in desserts? Would you like a wafer? And he's like, no, I couldn't have it anymore. It's like, it's a paper thin wafer. And then he takes it and puts it on his tongue, and then he dives behind a table, and then the guy explodes because he has too much. Monty Python's Flying Circus is hilarious. That show is amazing. If you haven't seen it, I'm sure you can find clips of it on YouTube, but Monty Python's Flying Circus is great.
My stepdad used to watch him, and my mom used to go, "This is the dumbest shit ever."
Yeah, it really is.
Funny as hell.
If you're gonna watch anything today, look up the Monty Python parrot sketch. That's literally like the best sketch that they did on the entire show. It's hilarious.
All right, Arby. We'll probably be gone by the time you get back, but have a
he left?
Right. Yeah, he just left.
Later.
Yeah, I think he had to go to the store and get the dog treats because he tried to buy cheap ones, and the dog said, "Fuck you, go get me good ones."
I feed these like feral stray cats that live around here, and I used to get them like a Meow Mix or whatever, something from the store down the street. And I got some cat food from my dad, and he buys like farm cat stuff from the Wilco down the street. I put the food in the dish. And the cat looks at it, then comes over to me and is like, "What the hell is this?" He starts meowing at me like I didn't feed him. Like, "I gave you food, you stupid beggar."
Like, I ain't eating that shit.
Eventually he did eat it, but he was not happy about it.
My dog.
I think I might still be...
When I would try to change food on my dog, man, he would, no way. It'd take, I only did it twice, but...
Yep.
Man, it was a pain in the ass.
This cat. It's one. You know how cats are. Like they'll eat the food until they can see the bottom of the dish. That bowl is empty. There's still like half a bowl of food in there, but they can see the bottom. The bowl is empty.
Right.
This cat tried to pull that on me. I'm like, "Go fuck yourself, cat."
Oh man. Oh, Huffer Billy, there ain't nothing to me as funny as Dean Martin's celebrity roast.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
The celebrity roasts are great.
I love that.
Oh man, if you want to watch roasts, sorry.
I wanted to do roasts, but I'm afraid I'd end up fucking like I care, but I'd end up offending too many people, and so I decided, okay, we better not.
The problem is, if you're gonna do a roast, you need to find people that that have thick enough skin that can take it, and people that also are pragmatic enough that aren't gonna say super offensive things.
Right. Like it's gonna be funny stuff, not just.
You can't just tell a joke about the one time the guy fucked a sheep, and I apologize if I offended anybody with that joke.
Not offended.
But so if you guys like things that are like roasts, watch Kill Tony. Kill Tony is amazing. Like they let a comedian come up and tell 30 seconds or like a minute of a set that they have, and then they roast them, and it's hilarious. The best episode has Shane Gillis as Donald Trump, and I can't remember the name of the other guy. Oh, okay, yeah.
I just got my stream got shut down for it. It's in Discord. RB posted it because they shut my stream down for a few minutes just a little bit ago.
Oh, because of you played the Kill Tony clip.
Yeah.
Oh, God forbid we replay a video that's already on the platform. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Right.
Outlaw,
To
were
a
you
channel
there? Were
that's
you
not even really monetized? I mean, I'm monetized as in super chats and memberships, but I'm not monetized as in getting any money from YouTube for commercials.
Outlaw, were you there the night that we watched that? Like, I think we were doing an after stream, hanging out. I think me, you, and like Jimmy Bones sat and watched most of that episode.
Yeah, we did. I was there. Shit was hilarious.
SNL actually contacted Shane Gillis for him to be Donald Trump for this season of SNL, but he turned them down because there was a concert he wanted to go to.
Huh.
Oh man, like you guys were talking about Jim Carrey. I watched I was gonna come up, but I was getting out of bed and I just sat and watched a bunch of videos of Dana Carvey doing Joe Biden impressions.
I used to
I have priorities.
I used to like when he would do George Bush.
Oh, he did a good George Bush.
Mhm.
Oh man, Dana Carvey and David Spade have a podcast, and it's actually really good.
Yes,
Those guys
I've
are
watched
based
them.
as hell.
Yeah, they're fun as hell to watch.
I need to find it. I've seen it before, but I lost the channel name. Got recommended to me.
I think if you just search their names, you'll find it, though.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. It's probably pretty easy to find. I can't remember the name of the podcast. I got a quick question for you guys. I'm doing my podcast tonight with my buddy Scott, and I was thinking of naming it "Vote Early and Vote Often." What do you think?
Vote early and vote often.
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
That'll wait.
I think that's funny as shit.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this loud and proud. I officially voted for Donald J. Trump yesterday.
Woohoo!
Hell yeah, man.
It's actually only the second time I've actually voted for him. I didn't vote for him the first time.
Where the fuck my ballots are. I thought Marv said they were in the mail before he left, and I thought he grabbed them. Damn.
So you're
what is
saying
Anna Weyes song?
So you're telling us you voted for Hillary?
No, the first time I voted for Gary Johnson.
Ah,
grab coffee.
Gotcha. I was going to say, who in their right fucking mind voted for that hag?
Clearly not enough people. I'm actually half expecting a almost Reagan like electoral college victory on this election. Hey, Heifer Billy, yes, we're on the same page right there. And I came on wearing my "Make America Great Again" hat. This is a really terrible version of this head. There was a lot of people on my ballot that are running unopposed, so I just wrote my name in.
I remember the last election we had, or it might have been the 2016. I can't remember which one it was. There was people in my state voting for Harambe the gorilla.
Everything circles back around to Harambe.
And some people were voting for Nick Saban, the football coach. Like you got to be kidding me, man.
Man, I believe there was one time. I think somebody found the numbers. I think after Obama was voted out, because he couldn't run again. Obama got a certain number of votes during that election.
Let me be clear.
Also, you want to? Do you want to hear something hilarious? So when they swore in Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, like 4 years ago, when they swore them in, there was a moment because they swore Kamala Harris in first, and then they swore on Joe Biden. There was about a 20-minute moment where Kamala Harris was officially Donald Trump's vice president.
Oh shit!
Because they hadn't sworn in Joe Biden yet, so he wasn't president. Donald Trump was still president.
Oh my god!
And we lost Mouse.
Mouse, no. Mouse is small. She probably scurried into the wall somewhere.
Mouse said, "I'm out. I've had enough."
Yeah, I'm boisterous, and I think I might still be drunk from last night.
We've been on for 3 hours, so she's probably like, "Yeah, I'm dead."
I got better things to do to listen to this guy talk.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's hard to believe this is Friday already. I can't believe that.
Yeah, I got stuff I need to do that I should have done 3 days ago.
Shit.
I just have to finish organizing my garage so that everything's in its spot when Marv comes home with that pickup. That way he has a perfect spot to sit there and
You've been
shit.
talking about that. You've been talking about that truck for like a week. He still hasn't gotten it back.
Well, it takes 3 days to float here. You float to Bellingham.
we all float down here.
That's right. So it costs $2,800 to get that pickup here, and Marvin, obviously, for the for a 2.5 day trip.
Wow!
If you take a cruise to Alaska, it's $1,800
with alcohol.
Yeah, with alcohol. Now I think there is a limit on the alcohol, and you get to take all the alcohol and shit you want on the ferry.
He's out picking on chicks.
with his new car.
I'm fairly certain he could be, but if he is, he's picking up Alaskan chicks. Well, he was.
There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with Alaskan chicks.
No, as soon as you get through that fucking hair under their arms, you're good. That shit's long enough to braid. You know, there's a problem.
Oh shit!
Now I'm having flashbacks to Malcolm in the Middle when the older brother goes to Alaska.
This one lady that when I went up there to Alaska in Valdez, stayed with one of my good friends. She had a neighbor that this woman. She just didn't she didn't shave under her arms. She didn't shave her legs. And of course, you know, her reason was because it gets cold. And fuck that, that's warmth. We don't take that shit away. But there was just a smell. And this woman was, I mean, her house was clean, everything. But there was a smell on this woman, and I don't know. I can't put my finger on. I don't know what the hell it was, but
no. That's not called a smell. It's called musk.
Is that what you call it? She needed to quit musking herself because
musking herself.
Musk. No, man, I don't know why I just thought about this. Like, Elon needs to release a cologne called Elon's Musk.
The scent of money.
I used to wear a mask all the time.
It's gonna smell like new dollar bills.
The scent of money or Tesla.
No doubt. Smell like electrical fire.
It smells like burnt plastic.
Right.
Elon Musk, for the richest of assholes.
Elon Musk, yeah, he might be an asshole.
Maybe
everybody can be an asshole.
Right now he's on the side that I'm kind of on, so at this point, you know.
So when you say it like that, the side that Elon Musk is on is then the side of America.
Exactly.
And if anybody tells you that he's a threat to America, don't listen to them.
Well, I don't approve of all his fucking shit with all the technology stuff because I do worry about where that, I mean, I'm sorry, but if a person's locked in their rig and they can't get out and they catch on fire, there's just a bit of a problem with that.
The problem I have with self-driving cars specifically is if I'm driving, I get to make the decision on whether or not I'm going to turn a specific way to miss somebody or hit somebody or do any this or that. If the car is making the decision, it gets to decide if my life is worth more than somebody else's life.
And remember,
and I don't like that.
Don't give a fuck about
exactly.
Our culture is simply not ready for that type of technology, and the problem is, what are they going to be able to do with that electrical car that your old combustion engine vehicles can't? So, yeah, you got somebody controlling that thing. It's like your appliances, your house. They want to shut you down. They'll shut you down.
The other thing they do with it is if you are like, if the government can control these things, they have access to it. Yeah. Like somebody steals a Tesla, they shut the Tesla down. Let's say you have we're in 1984, which if Kamala Harris wins, we're potentially going that direction because the current administration is already going that way. If you're sentenced to wrongthink, if you're saying the wrong things, they cut off your bank accounts. And now they're going to not allow you to drive your fucking car.
Yeah, that's what it's headed to.
Mm-hmm. I was just watching. Hey, LW. I was just watching this guy who is hitchhiking across China, and he's going, I wanted to go there and see if it was as bad as they were saying. And for a lot of the parts, he was surprised at how nice people were and how they were very helpful, and even the cops seemed very helpful. Like they stopped and picked him up off the highway and said, dude, it's really dangerous out here on the highway. Get in here and we'll drive you to the next service station so we don't got to see your body laying splattered on the highway somewhere. And which I was kind of surprised at how people were, how they reacted to him, how they were so willing. Even if they couldn't give him a ride, they'd give him, water and snacks and all kinds of shit. But one of the things that he did say was the only way to get around in China is it's all digital currency. Everything. It's done with your phone. And if they could, if anything goes wrong, well, you're screwed because you can't.
Well, China gets even worse, though. They have a social credit score.
Hey, Heifer. Hey.
So the fun, y'all want to see comedy gold? Just watch MSNBC through this election. Oh my God.
Any of them. CNN, fucking ABC, even Fox, though, is irritating to me. They piss me off. Like last election, presidential election, they were so quick on that button. Oh, yep, it's Biden. It's like, dude, Marvin's on his way down to take our ballots to the box. What do you mean Biden's president?
It's so funny to watch Mika Brzezinski. I mean,
oh God, don't watch her. Do not
she
watch
melts her. No, I have to. It's a rerun, and I watch it on purpose because I get my popcorn out, and it's too much entertainment. Hey, crying on TV. Jesus Christ.
The mainstream media gives me hearing aids.
It's great.
I mean, what do people think this mail-in ballot stuff is, man? It's just another loophole for them to be able to cheat and steal more votes. I mean, come on, man.
I think we were talking about this last night. So in Oregon, we've had mail-in ballots every election I've ever voted in, and I've been voting since 2006. I voted for, well, it was probably 2003 actually. I voted for George Bush the second time, and I've only ever done mail-in ballots. I've never done in-person voting before ever. I've watched my dad do it when I was a kid, but one of the interesting things here is if your ballot is postmarked before election day, we still get a week to count our ballots here in Oregon, because if it's postmarked before Election Day, you officially voted, and they have to wait to count your vote. And that is full of problems. Mail-in ballots,
loophole city, loophole
Yeah.
city.
I mean, look,
Yeah,
it comes down to simple thinking. If you have a way to exploit the votes, right? If there's any way whatsoever that the vote is not airtight, you have a problem that needs to be fixed. You have multiple ways you can rig an election with voting. It has to be fixed. That you can't trust the voting system as it is. So there's a real problem that needs to be fixed that society's not addressing.
Well, Democrats don't want that.
There's a fun
Exactly.
statistic in here. There's a fun statistic in here with this, where any state that adopts mail-in ballots or mail-in voting, any state that adopts it, automatically the Democrats go up several percentage points in voting and winning elections.
Yeah. If we know there's a problem, if we can see a problem with our voting count system, then there's a problem that needs to be addressed. And this country has done a piss poor job of addressing it. I'll say the higher ups, not we the people, the higher ups. They know that there's a problem.
Are you my brother? Are you my brother from another mother? I think you are.
I mean, these elections are not airtight, man. These elections are just not airtight.
No.
There's been cases brought before judges of fraudulent voting machines several times. There was a case down in Florida back in 2003 with their voting machines illegally swapping votes as soon as they put it in. People had to go before the magistrate. It's been an issue for really a few decades.
Are you talking like the computer voting machines like they have in like Arizona, or are you just talking like the counting machines?
The voting machines they had down in Florida back in the early 2000s. I think was it electronic?
Are you talking about when it was Bush versus Gore and they were like looking at the hanging chads and whatever bullshit?
I think it was.
God, I wish my name was Chad back then. I'd be hanging.
I think it was
Chad. That's such a Chad name.
I think it was the guy that was in charge of a particular town's electronic voting machines. His machines, he got caught with them swapping ballots.
Oh, after they voted, not when they were voting, but afterwards. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So
I forgot.
He was brought before the judge down in Florida. And I can't find that video now on YouTube. Of course, YouTube did a big purge of a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, they're going to clean it all up so you can't, bring it out in public. But no, the good news is, I think the good news is Trump is going to be too big to rig on this one, thankfully. So.
Well, I hope you're right, but I worry.
Well, we all worry. I worry too.
Well, I worry because I think with computers, all it takes is, a touch of a button to change it, from say 100,000 to 1 million.
They use the pandemic as a reason to allow a bunch of states to shoehorn in vote by mail voting unconstitutionally, and then if you look at the election, they have you see that graph where Trump's going like this, and then eventually you've got Biden going like this, and all of a sudden, boop, right above him.
So now, what do you think they're going to do with all the hurricane victims? Not that
there's a conspiracy. There's a conspiracy theory for you.
Yeah, North Carolina.
All of the states that got hit the hardest by 2 different hurricanes within like 2 weeks are majority Republican states.
Yep. Yeah. And think about it. Now remember, all of those are going to be mail-in ballots, and what's going to happen with those ballots? What kind of shit's going to go on with those ballots in that process? We
talked about this last night. There's already reports of mailboxes getting set on fire with ballots in them.
Mm-hmm.
So Loki, now why in the hell? I lived in Portland, Oregon for a year, or Ashland over there, Ashland, Oregon. But why are you still there, man?
Oh God.
Wait, hold on. Ashland is nowhere near Portland.
Well, it's the western part of, it's a suburb. I think it's Ashland, isn't it? I think it is. I mean, that's where it was.
No,
It's over.
Ashland is closer to
Ashland.
California.
Yeah.
No. What's the name of the town? I want to say Ashland. It's been decades since I've been there.
Gresham.
Oh, Gresham, Oregon. Because we had a data center in the Columbia Valley over there. The U.S. Bank Corp did.
Arby, there is such a thing as weather manipulation. That is a real thing.
There's a
There's
from the 60s. There are patents. Somebody filed for patents for controlling weather and hurricanes. There's a patent in the patent office.
Today. It ain't even in the 1960s. They do that shit today. They do it all the time to get these certain areas that they want them to have water. They need them to have for their crops.
They seed the clouds and force it to rain.
Yes, cloud seeding. Exactly.
Yes.
So
And you have to have clouds, but the shit that they're juicing those clouds in isn't necessarily all that great for humans. And animals. Let's just be honest.
Anyway, I misspoke about Ashland because I went down and played in a 3-on-3 tournament down there at the Shakespearean Theater at the university down there, and that was a beautiful little replica of the theater. It's beautiful.
Oh yeah, they do the Shakespeare's Festival down there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and the rest of Oregon isn't represented in this whole voting process. It's basically Portland that is represented.
Yeah, we pulled last night on my stream. It was an after hours thing. I pulled up a map of the voting history for the last 2020 election for the state of Oregon. There are 5 or 6 counties. 2 of them are bright blue, and like the rest of them are like a light blue, but the rest of the state is bright red.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, a train.
Oh.
Look what's happening in Texas. That's another key swing state. Now,
and we pulled up what state was it that Jimmy was talking about that he's from? We pulled up a picture of his state's voting record, and 2 counties are blue. The rest is red.
Nebraska.
Probably. I think you're right. It's Nebraska, but yeah, you pull up any. So, a lot of people are like, well, there's less density there. They shouldn't have as much sway in the election. They still live in the state. They still get a say in what's going on. State elections are democratic. Our national election is not democratic. It's what is it called? It's a constitutionally republic because of the
electoral college.
Yep. Yes.
And the guys that put that shit together, they weren't even college educated, but those guys are fucking smart as shit.
Yeah, they were above. I think they were aliens.
they were immigrants, or at least related to immigrants.
Yeah. Look, I'm gonna sub to your channel. I asked for the link because I want to get to it. I think you're perfect. You're spot on, man. Oh, you got everything going. And so does Gutter'S. She's got it all figured out too. It's good.
Now, I didn't say it was the Jews.
Mm-mm.
People in the chat. I didn't say that's who it was running it.
No,
I know.
it's not.
Harvey's a Jew, and he's in victim mode. It's okay. There.
Yeah, HAARP project. Look it up. It's a weather. What is it? A weather station.
I posted my link
up in Canada, I think.
Are you talking about the AARP Association?
Yeah, HAARP project. Yeah. Cloud seeding has been a thing since way before we were born.
I heard a story. I can't remember what what altercation it was. It was like I think it was Vietnam or something. One of the militaries seeded clouds, and they were forcing like prisoners of war to march, and they seeded the clouds so that it would rain on them while they were marching.
Oh my god.
Hmm.
I mean, doesn't anybody else here find it odd that you're having 3 and 4 hurricanes a year? That's not natural.
Well,
It
there's
is.
climate change. Remember, climate change.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Somebody pointed this out to me. So a lot of people are saying that the hurricanes are getting bigger and bigger, and they're doing more destruction. Yes, of course they're doing more destruction, because if you look at the areas that they're hitting, based in the 60s, there was less population density, less houses, less things for hurricanes to destroy. Now you come to 2024, those areas that they're hitting, they're still hitting the same areas. There's more people there. There's bigger houses, more expensive houses, and so they calculate the destruction of a hurricane by property damage based on value. Yes, you'll have higher value property damage with higher value houses.
Yep. Common sense is very uncommon. That's the way it works. So everybody makes up their own reality, man. Look, I'm not saying that they did all that. I don't think they could orchestrate the weather, to be honest. But it is interesting.
No, but they do know how to manipulate.
You like a hurricane? Too soon. Too soon.
Way too early for that. I don't think we're that smart yet. And once we get there, definitely aliens have come and landed on Earth at that point. I mean, because we aren't smart enough as humans.
No, aliens definitely landed. Where do you think the lizard people that run the country came from?
That's Elon Musk. I mean, he's an alien. Let's be honest.
So wait. Now, I know everybody has a hard time understanding that cloud seeding is not just used once in a while, and it's not. I'm telling you, listen. Cloud seeding is a weather modification technique that increases the amount or type of precipitation or disperse fog. It's often used to increase rain or snow or to prevent precipitation from occurring in the following days.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you remember how bad it rained right before the hurricane for days and days and 5 days? Man, they were like, holy shit, we're going to drown before the hurricane ever gets here.
This whole thing gets crazier too when you think about, what was it, North Carolina? You think about how the government was arresting people and taking their aid that common citizens were trying to take in there to help people. They were telling people not to go in there and help people, and the government, it took them almost an entire week before they sent anybody in there.
Yeah, don't get me started on that, because I grew up in this area. I mean, I'm in Georgia now, but I grew up in Travelers Rest right outside of Hendersonville in South Carolina, and I spent all my formative years there. These people didn't deserve that. That pisses me off. That whole bullshit it gets me. I mean, it gets me to the point of being so violent. I can't tell you how bad it was.
Why do we pay taxes? Why are we paying taxes if they're not going to be there? That's the whole. I mean, I know they're not supposed to be constantly keeping us safe, but in a situation like this, they are supposed to be there to help us. That's
should be all hands on fucking deck.
Exactly, every fucking one of them.
Can I blow your guys' minds on taxes really quick?
You ain't gonna blow mine. I can go ahead and tell you, you're not gonna even get close to me.
Let's think about this real quick. Why am I paying taxes when several years ago, like within the last 3 years, they forged checks? They created money to send me money. The government did. Why are they not just doing that to pay for the bloated government that we currently have? Why do they have to fucking take my money? They taken like 60% of my fucking checks, and they're spending it and sending it over to overseas. Make those fucking phony checks and send it to fucking Ukraine.
Yeah.
Or just
No, who am I
stop
kidding?
at
I haven't paid taxes in like 3 years.
Oh, you just get me started on taxes, brother.
There's a special hot place in hell for people that are like IRS and
taxation is theft. I have a shirt. I have a hat. I have a red hat with white text that says "Make taxation theft again."
If you ever see a handle here called Vandy Dandy, because he's a Vanderbilt guy, he works at the IRS, and I swear to God, I told him I'd love to pull for Vandy, but you son of a bitch make me not, because you work for the IRS. I would never work for the IRS.
You work with the enemy.
We need to get rid of all of the alphabet agencies: IRS, CIA, FBI, all of them.
EPA,
ATF, especially
FDA.
All of them. BLM.
Hey,
all of them.
Hey,
BLM.
I'm in Bureau of Land Management. I'm not.
LW, did you see
I
the
thought you
video?
meant Black Lives Matter.
LW, did you see the video I
Hey,
posted of them
Sleepy
trying to sell stem cell lab grown meat now? That's fixing to be a thing.
See.
Okay, I gotta step down.
You gotta step
Thanks for having me up. I gotta go. I got things I need to do. Should have done hours ago and days ago.
All right.
Stepped
You have
into
a
an
great
ant bill
day.
that one.
Thanks for coming up.
I'll see you guys.
See you later.
And Loki, it's good to talk to you.
See you later,
Sub
bro.
up to Ike. He's pretty awesome. He's got a serious podcast. Actually, he posted it just a bit ago here.
Yep, I already did it.
I stepped
thank
into
you.
an ant bill that one.
Nah, you're fine. I mean, look, everybody goes through these epiphanies with the government and the control. And every now and then, some of us who have a half a brain, just about a half. I don't know if I have a whole one. At least we can see the forest for the trees and all this shit. But some of these people are just sheep, man. We call them the sheeple. There's some sheeple out there. Mm-mm.
Yep.
It's sad, and but hey, but hopefully the people in North Carolina are getting at least enough to, because I know what's going to happen. I already know the people. I know how we are, and I am one of them. I trust me. I believe in it with all my heart. We've been down this road. We don't quit. We never quit in Appalachia. We don't, and give them just enough, and they will take off, and they will do much better. They don't need a damn government. Fuck them. I mean, literally, they don't. Give them enough so they don't die, and then they're going to take off.
You need a very small, very limited,
Yep.
very controllable government in order for this country to get back to what it needs to be.
Yep. We don't
If
need
you
a big
even at all.
Yeah. But we don't need much. So, but it's okay. I mean, you need some. You can't have total chaos, but you slick. It just get me started on that. But it's so funny to, I say funny, interesting to me how the federal government tried to come in and actually hurt progress. What in the hell? You get killed for that. And where I'm from, we kill your ass for that shit. I'm amazed that they didn't get shot. I really am.
Because it's all about the federal government being in control of every bit of it. They don't want American people to be on their own prospering. They want to be in control of every aspect of your life, down to your thoughts.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's
the whole
exactly
reason.
right.
Once we're digital, then everything's it's so much more simplistic in their eyes. Well, and it will be. I mean, everything. It's all for convenience too. It's all in the name of convenience in our, where we the citizens are coming from. But that it's a hell of a price to pay for convenience.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to give up all your freedoms for convenience.
You're giving up way too much privacy, way too much independence. It's a mess, and it does get me a little, worried that we're kind of feeding the beast, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well,
But
yeah. Go ahead.
But no, at the same time, what you have to do, and this is where it makes sense to do, um, what do you call it? Parallel processing, backup plans,
Right.
alternatives, so everybody can reach you when somebody tries to cut off an artery, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Well,
I
and I
mean,
think
again,
that's one of the biggest things that like kind of why a lot of people have gone to social media is not necessarily they didn't want to put themselves out there, but we've all got to be able to have a connection in some way. And when all the technology and shit goes down, there's got to be, if that should ever happen, there's got to be a way for everybody to get a hold of each other and kind of stay connected and stay as one so that we're not being taken advantage of. And the only way to do that is through doing stuff like this, where you would reach out to people that you normally wouldn't have had the conversations like this with. I
Yeah.
would have, you know, I mean, I would have never called somebody on the phone in Georgia and said, "Hey, what you think about all this shit?" I mean, you know,
Well,
so
you
and
know what? You know what we need to do, and I'm not saying that we all need to do this. I'm just saying it would be good if we could somehow have a like a physical way, because I don't trust we're going to have electronics at some point. I don't. I think we'll have an electromagnetic impulse thing,
something.
and we're going to be in the dark. But we should have a way to get our happy little asses together when the shit hits the fan.
Well,
Really.
and I think that's all about that whole rendezvous. You know, you'll sit and
Mm-hmm.
watch movies that they talk about, okay, well, this is where we're rendezvous. And that is the whole purpose. You got to get yourself there. But
Yep.
once you're there, everybody's for one. And so,
Yep.
you know, it's just getting there. You got to get yourself to that point, regardless of how far. And there probably better be a few throughout the states where people can have that rendezvous point where everybody goes in case shit does go south.
Yep.
I
Yep.
mean, I don't know how else to do it, but that would
Yep.
be my best guess.
So traveling is one of my rendezvous. I got Jay. I know that I have a few others. I have Lou and some others, and I have people in Charleston. I mean, I have people around, and that they're my rendezvous.
Well,
And
because
I
in the
mean
end,
it.
we don't know where we're going to end up. It may be a thing where we end up having to start in the middle and work our way
Out.
through to start to gain back land or whatever. And
Yep.
so if we don't stick together, then we're never, you know, because
Yeah, we're
everybody
screwed.
in the same thing. And the only thing is the Dems, most of the Dems will be down pretty quickly because they're too
They're
much
pussies.
convenience. Yeah. Yep.
well, that's why this country's called the United States.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We're supposed to be a monolithic people against the government, in control of them at all times. But we're
Yep.
not. We're divided on
Well,
stupid ass politics.
because we've let them. We've gave them our
Yes.
parents and our parents before our parents. They gave them that authority little by little every time, and then we did.
Mhm.
We've gave them
Well, yeah, we're just as culpable. I mean,
yes.
we let them get there.
Yep.
We had generations of people trading safety and security for a little discomfort.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it got here.
Well,
And
and
they
that's
were
why I
lied
say
to.
when people get mad at me and go, "Well, you don't know what it's like to be, you know, not have, you know, I mean, not have this much money in the bank or this one." Okay, first of all, let's understand that when Fool says that I own a jet, I don't. And yes, we do own this little puddle jumper, and we are puddle jumper poor. So unless somebody wants to start forking out $550 a month to just hangar that stupid bitch aircraft, then they really don't know what the fuck they're talking about. So let's be honest. I gave up a lot just to keep that bitch hangared and Marvin to fly around in it 4 or 5 times a year. So
It's a joke too. You know that, Gutters. We love to give you a hard
no,
time.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
But there are some that probably truly believe I've got a bag
Oh
of
my
money
God.
sitting in the back. So but here's the deal is it doesn't matter who it is. If we don't stand up for what we believe in,
Yeah.
then they will take us down. They will.
Yes. You
And,
got it.
and that means that we are going to have to do things that we really don't want to do. Do you know how many times I literally had jobs that I loved and I did not want to give them up? And a few of them I made really, really good money. But if I see you doing something wrong to a resident or in a way that it was never once did I quit the job because they did something bad to me. It was what they had done to a resident because I'm huge on the whole resident advocate thing and I will stand up for them come hell or high water. If that means that they let that resident eat rotten salmon and she ended up getting sick, and I mean so sick that she ended up dying days later, due to the fact that she couldn't hold nothing down and puked for days and days and days and days and days. Um, yeah, I'll quit my job over shit like that. I'll tell you, take that job and shove it straight up your ass, especially if you can't admit what you did was wrong. So call me crazy bitch, but I'll do that. I don't care.
Yep. No,
I
I
don't
hear
care.
you.
Didn't have tons of money, but I'll be damned if I'm gonna stand up.
Mhm.
I'll be damned if I'm gonna go to a job. I think that if you sell your soul for a job, that's part of the problem that we're in right now.
Yeah, morals, ethics, values, principles. Stand on something. Be
Mm-hmm.
firm in your beliefs, even
And
when it's going to cost you.
But you know what's really, I mean, Art T brings up a good point in the chat. Federalism died with the Civil War. This is one of my biggest arguments with my family, some people in my family, not all my family, but some, and with a lot of people in the South. They're just thinking, oh yeah, the Civil War was good because it got rid of slavery, and I keep trying to remind them the Civil War was a federalist takeover, a federal government takeover of our states' rights. That's what it
Yeah.
was. Okay, not to say that slavery was good. I'm not saying that. I'm not going to defend slavery, and I think it was a stupid ass argument to fight over.
Yeah.
But the fact that we went through all that and they won and the Union won, if you will, did fuck this country. It fucked it all up. And it did.
I got in an argument with one of our own last night over on Discord about this very topic. And I said, look, everybody in the South didn't own slaves, man. Yes, but that was all about owning black. But no, it wasn't. No, it
No.
wasn't. That was something rich business plantation owners did. Do you understand what the South was and still is? It's the poor part of the country, meaning people are living paycheck to paycheck trying to survive. We don't have the money to own slaves down here like a lot of the business people did. And then you've got people coming over here to this country constantly that never had any history of family owned slavery. So who are we actually talking about when they say, oh, you Southerners are a bunch of racist asshole people that don't want to get with the times?
No.
Who
Not
are we
at all.
talking about? Only few people did that in the South.
Yep. It was definitely the gods were throwing boulders and the rest of us paid the price. And I'm not saying the gods, the people with all the wealth and all the power. And the rest of the people down here got creamed in it. But we're going to take the damn, gods from the north weren't going to beat the gods from the south because, well, they're from the south. That was the problem. But we paid the price, and the whole damn country's paying for it right now.
The North, what they had over us was unionization. They had the ability to mass produce weapons where we didn't. They had their shit together. We didn't. So I don't know what else to tell them. We are a peaceful people. We did not want to have a lot of our shit taken, but it happened. A lot of us went to war because we had to.
Yeah, it was bad. And at some point, it would be good if everybody could stop the Civil War was about racism bullshit and get back to, no, it was about control.
Well,
that's what
the problem is the media and the government has stirred it and directed it in whatever way it was that they wanted us to believe, just like everything else, just like they do today. Just like they've been doing that shit for years and years and years. And this is the kind of
Decades.
shit that they do. Yes, they make us
Mhm.
think of, they make us believe something that really, I mean, it, yes, there was a civil war, but how they make us see it is completely different than how shit really went down.
That's
And we're
right.
probably never
Right.
going to know how things really went down because we
Right.
got 50 different lies that, there's their story and the story and who,
Yeah, yeah, you're right. I mean, you're correct. It's so sad though, because nobody gets to hear the other alternative. I would alternative facts, as Kellyanne used to say. Kellyanne Conway used to say, "Well, there are alternative facts."
That's
Well,
art. That's true.
well, the yeah, and I see what you're saying though. Yeah.
It's so sad because I look. I'm not saying that. Look, first and foremost, we shouldn't have traded in slavery. I think that was evil. I still think it's evil. I don't think anybody should
Yeah.
trade in it. There's a lot of countries still trading in it. It's not right. Okay?
It's
And look, so a real southerner will tell you that right out the gate if they have any, credibility at all. And I would die to not have that ever happen. Period. Ever.
look,
Because I don't think any man needs to own another man. Period.
exactly.
I don't think our government needs to own us either.
Yeah. A real southerner will tell you that shit's not human anyway. I mean, for fuck's sakes, most of us down here believe in the good book, the Bible, and it teaches you not to own slaves,
That's right.
not to own other human beings as property. That was
It's
something they did in biblical
it's
times.
evil. It's evil.
Yes. That good book tells you how it is. You don't own people. That's not humane. You don't do that. And no southerner worth, like you said, no southerner worth our weight in salt is going to tell you that. We don't believe in that shit. Yet our whole southern hemisphere in this country has that reputation. I'm from Alabama, brother. You know what we're known for down here.
Oh, I know.
Jim Crow and Selma City
Hell, I'm
bombings.
from South Carolina, brother.
Hell yeah.
How much worse can it be, Alabama or South Carolina? I don't know.
I get called inbred at least twice a day by people.
Oh yeah, I get all that shit too. I get it
People
too.
that don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They don't live here. They don't know the people here, the atmosphere. They don't give a shit. They hear what they want to hear off the news media. They're listening to a magic TV box tell them how to think about stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty slanted in this world. But the good news is, I'm not saying that Trump's going to fix all this. I'm just saying that he's one huge step to making this shit. People need to come to a reality check. The federal government needs to be checked in its power, and it needs to be put back. The genie, it's hard to put the genie back in the bottle, but it needs to be put back some. And Trump's about the only person that can get started with it right here. So, put him in and let's go. And listen to the lobsters scream on the MSNBC.
Right. Well, I
They're going to
suppose
fly.
that was my hubby, and he's on his way home, so I better get off here.
Okay, lady.
All right.
It's all good.
Came up,
Sounds
yeah,
good to me.
and we'll be doing Tuesday. We will be doing election night, and I think that TF and
Yep.
LW. What we'll do is we'll do. I'm not exactly sure how we'll do it. We'll figure it out, but I'm pretty sure TF and LW want to do something together. So I'll let everybody know, and but yeah, it's a normal Tuesday night. So
Cool.
I normally do my live. So yeah, I'll let
Be
everybody know.
well. Yeah.
Yes.
You guys.
Thank
All right.
Thank y'all
Bye.
for coming and hanging out. Have a good
Absolutely.
weekend.
Bye.
You guys do the same.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, everybody. Thank y'all for coming and hanging out. I know I'm like abruptly ending it, but I just want to get all my stuff done. I stayed on here a couple hours longer than I was gonna. So yeah. Yeehaw. It's Friday. Go enjoy the rest of your day. It's sunshine here. I'm gonna go finish organizing a little bit I got left to do and do my other stuff and get ready. So I will see you guys in the YouTube streets or on Tuesday, which will be yeah, it'll be election, right? I don't know. No, this is pre-election. Fuck. Anyway, y'all know what I mean. Okay. Love y'all. Let me find my stuff. Where to go? Bye.